Hey, what you doing? Me? Nothing. Just another Monday night, another episode of Outlaw Radio. Welcome to the show. My name is Kevin Barnes. I am the militant with a microphone, the mouthpiece of the movement, aka the Negro Whisperer, certified professional life coach, Negro Whisperer. What it do? How y'all doing tonight? Black America, Black 414. Foundational Black Americans, stand up, share the show, share the show, share the show. If this is the first time you've ever seen this show and you're wondering, okay, what is this about? Because everybody has a podcast. Well, this is Outlaw Radio. What is Outlaw Radio about? Black people. What do you talk about? Black people stuff. Number attached to the show. 262-202-5131. It is scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and we have a chat room, probably one of the most popping chat rooms in terms of, local podcastry or whatnot. But hey, man, I invite you to get into the conversation, get involved, say what you have to say. This is a great time. I always try to focus on the positive, right? It's a great time to be a Black man in America. I'm going to tell you why as we go on, but it's Outlaw Radio live from the basement. We check in with our people, weekly, Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, until whenever I choose to cut the machine off, simply because I own the machine, right? Yeah. Give it up for Black ownership. Give it up for all Black aid thing. That's what this show is about. So if this is not your cup of tea, and look, shout out to my Ice Cube, still the greatest who's ever done it. His latest song, My Ego, when he says, if you's a bigot, you probably won't get it. If you's a hoe, you probably get triggered like one of these internet bitches. Welcome to Outlaw Radio, man. Mr. Carter, how you doing tonight, my brother?
Peace. I'm peaceful. How y'all doing out there? Welcome to Outlaw Radio, where we talk that talk and we definitely walk that walk. Raising vibrations and elevating thought. Y'all better come on in. I'm trying to tell you I am the Black woman lover, the Black man's brother, the culture teacher, hood healer, the ghetto witch doctor. Hey, mama! There go the Seymour's man! Y'all better come on in.
Yeah. Welcome back, man. Welcome back.
Man, it tickled me every time, man.
It's funny as fuck. Like, I don't know how you couldn't laugh. If anybody who sees it, put your bias away. Admit that you like it. Say you like it, right? It is what it is, man. Listen, y'all get with me tonight. I love Mondays because we're just kind of closing the week out, but we're also saying it's kind of like an open mic type of situation where, like, you can call in and talk about, because it's impossible for me as an individual to keep up with every single story that's out there. You feel me? I want to talk about what I know, right? And so, or what I'm focused on. So if you're just like, well, no, Kev, this happened. Well, just hit us up. 262-202-5131. Listen, I see you in the chat room, Jermaine Anderson. Let me put you up. He said, hey, brother, how you doing? How you doing, my brother? Down in Shreveport, Louisiana. I want to say, I got to start this show off by saying, rest in peace to Twan Mack. And there's levels to this. And normally when somebody passes and you hear a lot of people say positive things about him, you think, yeah, well, whatever, right? But I'm going to tell you, I actually met Twan Mack. I actually went to a Twan Mack show. When Jason was, because him and Jason was best buds, right? Mm-hmm. And so Twan Mack, if you don't know who I'm talking about, one of the dudes from Milwaukee who was like, no, I get it with the hip hop shit, right? From Kali Tribe all the way back in the days. Like the first dudes we actually seen be able to make a record and then like do shows, and everybody was just rapping in their neighborhood. And so, but he was a cool brother, man. And the crazy thing is we were supposed to do a Twan Mack show on the People's News Network, on the People's Network. but it was right before COVID, Kamar. And you were here to know that before COVID, we did the show here, live from the joint, whatever. And so I was going to break it up. COVID came and killed everything. And I never spoke to him again after that because I had called him and say, man, this is what I'm thinking about. Like, just to give you an avenue on our network. So you could have like Tuesdays, right? And it'll be the Twan Max show. He was like, yeah, that's dope. This is real shit. He was like, that's dope. I like that, bro. Let's just do it. And then COVID hit and it was over. But rest in peace to that brother, man. Crazy, right? Crazy. And I know you was in the local rap scene. Did you ever meet the brother?
I know a lot of people that know him. I think we hesitate.
You got a delay, I believe.
We on time?
I think you got a delay. I think you may have a delay because
Yeah, it's a slight delay.
I mean, I don't know if you want to back out and come back in. Yes. So to further the conversation, like I said, and I see Dion in the chat room. He said, "Okay, motherfucker, on time today." Yeah, I had time today, so yeah, I was on time. I wasn't because I'm never in any particular hurry. Realistically, because I mean, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But I want to get back to Twan Mac, just because, like I said, when I met him and we spoke and whatnot, and he's from same neighborhood I'm from. He didn't know me. I didn't know him. I had heard of him because he was always the rapper dude. But he spoke to me like, okay, you from Capitol? Okay, you da-da-da. All right, what's happening? And so it was cool, man. I had a good time that night at his show. But he passed, right? And I don't know the circumstances of his death. But yeah, man, rest in peace to Twan Mac. If you want to give Twan Mac love, please call in, put it in the chat room, share the show. Dope brother, man. And he was actually the show I seen. It was when Trump was president last time. So he was already like really anti-Trump. And that was the whole theme of his show was the anti-Trump joint. So rest in peace to Twan Mac, man. Hey man, this is life. It's lifing, right? It is what it is. But I think he left his mark. He probably didn't get to drive the Ferraris and do the puffy diamonds, but we know now that's some foul shit anyways. But in terms of somebody who really loved the music, man, and doing it up here, Twan Mac was that dude. I was there to witness that. I went to a show. I watched him. I was like, dog, this dude. It wasn't just like he just pulled up. He had a whole situation, so it was dope. Kamar, you back? Let's test this now. Let's test this audio. You good?
Yeah. I was just gonna say, man, I know a lot of brothers who knew him. You know what I mean? Over the years, I know a lot of brothers who knew him. I may have met him once a long time ago. You know what I mean? But I never really formally knew him. But a couple months ago, I think he was telling me he had a tour in Japan. He came up to the shop before the tour. And he said he wanted to get some products. You know what I mean? Wanted to get some products before he go. I think he was talking about I don't know if he was talking about doing a fast or something, but he just wanted a bunch of ginger, and you know what I mean? So he wanted to get himself together before he took off to Japan.
He was with Arrested Development. He was with Speech.
Huh?
He was with Speech. He was with Arrested Development. He was with Arrested Development. Like, Speech. Yeah.
And somebody, he said, I forgot who it was. He said it was somebody we both know, but they had sent him down there and told him to go get some products or whatever, and he came down. So I got a chance to formally meet him.
Okay. All right. Cool brother, man. Cool brother, real smooth. Just underwhelming for them. You see him get on stage and you see the energy he put out in rapping. I'm like, damn, like that's not
right.
Juice Lady, what's going on? I see you with us early. What's going on?
Hey there, I'm on time per usual. But hey there, how is everything?
Yeah. Well, we got to turn this into cooking with Courtney. What we eating for dinner tonight? What you got on the stove over there?
God damn it! I said I was finna probably lean back to going vegan, and I am because the shit ain't right, and I be eating it. I like it, but self-discipline matters. So we're having steak Alfredo. I like steak a lot. steak and red meat is tough on all meat is tough on the body. Everything is bad for the body. Don't eat it. God damn it, let it go. Tell him, Kamar.
Yeah, as we can hear your shit
Hey,
sizzling in
man.
the background.
Right, all at the same time.
Shh, don't eat
Let
it.
it go.
Ain't no damn eggplant in the
It ain't right
skillet.
now.
It's meat.
It ain't.
Dion said, he said, I hope your kitchen clean. Look, he in chat room. He said, look, I hope your kitchen clean.
Get on my nerves.
But no, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Hey, check this out. And this is, it's we did a show last week. Fortunately, we were the day after the election, and it was called The Aftermath. So go back and check that out. I ain't really push it hard because I don't be tripping. But I know y'all be out there listening. But this one is, I think this might be the Aftermath too, even though it's called out Live from the Basement, just because I've noticed a lot of gloating on the parts of Trump supporters, black and white, whatever. Like Joseph Walker, we cool, whatever, but I've never seen you post in the People's News Network this many times, and they're all Trump posts. Like, if you like Trump, we get it. You're a white guy, you like Trump, he won. Come on, son. Don't do that. Don't make me block you. Don't be belligerent, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. Be cool. And see, here's the skinny. While they tried to plant this false narrative that black women were blaming black men for Trump's election and vice versa, the reality is the majority of black people, period, voted against Trump. The uptick that they're celebrating in black men was minuscule. It was, 28%. It wasn't even, but they made a big deal out of it just to make it look like, oh, black people really supported Trump. And I kind of fell for it. And the reason why is because when I look at the South and all these, when I look at the map of where he actually won at, like down South, like black people are celebrating now. We going back down South. I'm in Texas. I'm in Florida. I'm in Memphis. And it's like, all right. But I heard Big Gip from Goody Mob. I love Big Gip. First of all, I love Goody Mob. I love the Dungeon Family. That whole era, Outkast, and I always listen to Gip, but he was saying what the rest of the country likes never will go. The South will never go with it because they're in the Bible Belt and they have their own culture. But I'm like, I hear you, bruh, but y'all just voted for racist. Y'all endorsed a known racist. So it is the aftermath. I'm watching the Trump supporters gloat and all this, that, and the third. And I will say this. In hindsight, say hindsight's 2020. Kamala wasn't a good candidate. But come on, we knew that. We knew she wasn't. We knew she wasn't like that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
we knew she was better than Trump, though.
Exactly. So all you black people want to gloat, and if you're white and you want to put Trump posts all in the People's News Network, that shit's cool. Because the one thing you don't understand is
they ain't used to winning.
Well, I mean, it is what it is.
I'm saying when you do shit like that, no matter what it is, like it could be this campaign, it could be whatever it is. But when you don't know how to let it go after you win, you ain't used to winning.
But they're trying to make a point. You're putting this, and like I say, Joseph Walker knows how I get down. He knows what Outlaw Radio is all about. So he's putting these posts in a black. The People's News Network is a black thing. Outlaw Radio is a black thing. We have no crossover appeal. The mainstream media in Milwaukee does not embrace us. I can tell you that. This is all black over here. This is, like I say, what's pertinent to us. We don't care about the false narratives that you create and try to perpetuate. So he knows what he's doing, and those who are, black Trump supporters or whatever, they just did. It came down to really like maybe you weren't a Trump supporter, but you didn't like Kamala for whatever reason. And we never really got to understand the level of hate towards the Asian Jamaican sister. She got melanin in her skin. I'd rather see that than a fake tan. Dion, let me catch Dion. He said, bro, this the calm before the storm. He says, motherfuckers about to lose everything. I don't think so. Dion. I think this was a game. First of all, let me say I'm happy to
relax, Dion. Relax.
Okay, right. Yeah. Relax.
We ain't going back into slavery, man. We ain't going back.
Over. It's over. Come on.
Right.
You motherfucker put the meme up on Facebook. Let me go get something to eat before I wake up in the morning and all the restaurant signs say colored.
Right.
It's just wild. Like, what the fuck, man? So no, I mean, and like I said, hindsight's 2020. I said this on the show last week. I said I kind of underestimated the importance of the illegal immigration problem, because to tell you the truth, Kamar, where we are geographically, it doesn't necessarily jump out for us. You know what I mean? Like, even though Wisconsin might be a sanctuary city too, but you don't see them. You don't see them running rampant. It's like, nah, I'm still good. Like, if a bunch of Mexicans rush the Sherman Phoenix, you'd be like, oh, what the fuck going on? That shit hasn't happened. So, I think I'm glad it's over, because I'm tired of commercials, these text messages, and these random emails. I was so tired of all that shit.
All of it.
And it was hype.
Father's living in her girlfriend's mansion. I'm like, damn, okay.
And it was hype both ways.
That was funny. That one was hilarious. How they just
how they
blasted the LGBT community and shit. That was hilarious.
Oh.
Listen, once again, it's all a game, and it was played in front of us, and you jumped in on either side, right? And so Trump won, Kamala lost. They're selling this as, oh, black people, this is a L for y'all. But I survived the Ronald Reagan presidency. I survived the first George Bush, not Jr., who was dumb as fuck. I'm talking about his daddy, who was the former director of the CIA under Reagan.
Ow.
Yeah. Wow. So Reagan had 2 terms and Bush had 1. We had 12 years of the bullshit. And that was the crack era. I'm gonna throw crack in there. Y'all gotta throw crack in there. So this ain't no, you can't fool me. This ain't no, for me, I'm like, yeah, well, all right. Just the latest one in the line of individuals who don't do anything for us anyways. So all you people who want to gloat and be happy because Trump won and you want to put memes up and all this kind of shit. First thing I want to say is, fuck you. That's first thing you got to understand. When you put that shit up, my mind instantly say, man, fuck dude. So whoever you are, if we were friends or if we family, if you put some gloating ass Trump shit up, I'm gonna be like, fuck dude. Because when this shit get hard, you ain't gonna have a goddamn thing to say. Now, I'm not with Dion. I'm not Dion. Look, I'm gonna show y'all. Look, I'm going to try in the chat room. Look, he said, we gonna be living in apartheid. You might not believe it, but I'm telling you, apartheid. Do y'all know what apartheid is?
Dion, ain't nothing we could do about it.
Kamar, do you know what apartheid is?
Yeah.
We talking about South Africa. We're talking about Nelson Mandela. Desmond Tutu. We finna go back to apartheid? Come on, man. Yeah, stop. Listen, I mean, I ain't giving up for the fight start. That's one thing about it. I'm not giving up for the fight start. So I'm in here for the long haul, because that's how we as black people, that's how we done had to be anyways. We played a long game, Kamar.
Straight up.
It's an album. It's not a 45. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling out there. Please call the show. Please share the show. Dion said he's gonna be hitting us up. We know you calling in, Dion. You know he got the house in the Senate. Yeah. Okay. But we got the people and the guns. The United States is the most armed country on this planet. Person for person. We're talking about civilian wise. We know we got this huge military. But individually, when you come to America, there are billions of guns. You come with some bullshit. Somebody getting shot. We prove it over and over. We're also the most violent country. You know, police in England don't even carry guns. What if they came over here to most stop?
Yeah.
Paya, get your ass out the way. You putting a ticket on my car, you ain't even got no strap. So I'm just saying, like, y'all pump your brakes, because I feel like they programmed you into thinking that we're weak and we're at their mercy. Because the one thing we can do if they ever start really bullshitting is stop spending our fucking money.
Straight
It
up.
will shut all this shit down.
Everything gonna change. Then they gonna start doing shit that we want them to do.
Or we gonna start doing some shit that they don't want us to do.
Right.
Because now we ain't spending our money. We gonna come take this shit. And look at Orlando Owens. Listen, look at Orlando Owens. Orlando, you ain't been in my chat room in forever. Now you got your motherfucking ass in my chat room talking about feeling great. I know you is, but you better ask yourself, what are they doing for you? Because I watched you run an election and you was supposed to be their candidate, and they put a white boy in and he won over you and they ain't tell you shit.
God
right.
damn.
Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. How you feeling, buddy? The fuck out of here. I know where the bodies is buried, bro. You drink the Kool-Aid. That's why I don't even, me and you, I don't have a problem with you personally, because you a good dude, but you didn't swallow that Kool-Aid. So you're a bot for the Republicans. I already know that. I'm not gonna hold that against you personally, but fuck you for coming on my shit talking about feeling great. Fuck you, Orlando. You can call in, I'll tell you that shit. Fuck you. I say it to your face. Jason Fideli, my cousin, he said facts. We ain't here for no motherfuckers gloating because Trump won this shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck y'all. Yeah. Deion said they're going to cut his benefits. You know what? I don't think Trump going to do all that either. Yeah, he has the House. He has the Senate. Man, if you ever get past the point of understanding that the power is always in the hands of the people, that's why we had a Revolutionary War. That's why we had a Declaration of Independence. That's why we've had a Civil War. That's why motherfuckers go to the mattresses. It come down to the people. Fuck your policy. You understand what I'm saying? And that's doesn't happen in every country. So you think these white people that think they got it made in the shade and they finna do that shit over here? Stop it. Shit, they ain't stopped making guns when they made yours. Let's go. 262-202-5131. Somebody else, come on, how you feeling about this shit? Because I know you watching the gloating too. Let me step away too, because I got a wire that ain't wiring. My cousin, shout out to Jason Vidili. He said a reality check. Go ahead, Kamar. You got the floor.
Well, I mean, I ain't got no rap for it, but you know what I'm saying. I just feel like, again, you know, people who don't know how to stop gloating when they win, they ain't used to winning. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. I remember playing football, and you know what I'm saying. The coach used to say, "All right, you done scored. You know what I mean? Now come on, let's run the next play." You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, it's simple. You know what I mean? I ain't got nothing against nobody for doing this shit, because again, I see how they lives. But I tell y'all what, y'all can come up to the House of Vitality every Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 7. You know what I'm saying? They come get your elderberry tea. Again, right now is the time of year to boost your immune systems. So come to the House of Vitality. We got elderberry syrup. We got elderberry tea. You know what I mean? That CMAR is going to boost your immune system. That detox tonic going to boost your immune system as well as your metabolism. You know what I mean? So it can help you lose weight too. You know what I mean? Y'all better come on up. We also got our ginger shots up there. You know, come get your ginger shots. We got big shots and we got little shots. Come get them. Whatever shots you want, come get it. You know what I'm talking about. Courtney, how you doing?
I'm good. I was just finna ask you. So you don't think he finna get in office and get the cutting people benefits ASAP? You don't think he gonna get the cutting food stamps and health care?
Well,
You know what I'm saying? I got into the 15th to change my health care plan now. So you think I need to get that together, or you think you're gonna be all right?
Right. You know what I mean? I don't think it's like he just gonna get in and start cutting shit. You know what I mean? And start Xing shit. I doubt if he do that. You know what I mean? But it may be a few things that he do cut. And like really it may be some stuff that we should have been got rid of because we depended on a lot of this shit that these people do for us. If they stop doing stuff for us, maybe we will wake the fuck up and start getting shit done ourselves.
Y'all dope, man. Y'all dope. I love how y'all kept this shit popping. Y'all dope. I fuck with y'all. I'm like, damn, look, fuck Kev. We don't need Kev. But I'm back though. Look. So Orlando Owens say, hey, we have work to do to govern it. Yeah, now that's how, see, Orlando, that's the Orlando that I know. You know not to call me with that bullshit, Orlando. That's the, if you want to talk like that, absolutely. Yeah, I fuck with you because we both black men and we ain't gonna argue over no white people shit anyways. But we gonna talk for real. We gonna talk. And he said I tried to call in. I was away. I had to go. I had to make an adjustment. So let me check my joint to see if you, because I'm back here now. Let me make sure my line is up. Yeah, I see you, miss. Well, let's go. Call back in. I got you. I'm back at the controls. Shout out to Jesse Paris. He said power is in the people and the politics. We addressed Tupac Amaru Shakur. Shit. I addressed Ida Barnes, who told me your black ass better figure it out. That's the greatest advice I ever got in my life.
Straight up.
She wasn't no rapper. Your black ass better figure it out. Orlando, I hope you ain't calling in on no bullshit because you know I'm a snap. What's popping?
Hey man, just called in and let you know I've always been watching your show. I don't always get in the chat, but I'm always advocate. I wear your shirt almost every other day, so in the backyard gorilla. So I'm always gonna be with you, brother.
And you know that's why I'm salty. That's why when I seen you and you ain't said nothing in a long time, because I'm like, I know that we know each other. We done had some real black men conversations, right? Like just straight and no politics, just brothers, right?
No doubt.
All right, now so you drink the Kool-Aid and I don't, but you came in talking about feeling great, and I'm in my feelings because we lost. So let's talk turkey. You're a Trump supporter, and what I've been wanting to know for the longest is what appeal did Trump have that made you? But you always been over there. But why you love Trump so much?
I don't love the man like that. I do love his story. I love the policies that we had that he's trying to bring back. I love what he's doing already with being not even sworn in, and we got wars starting to simmer down. Nobody wants to see endless wars, man. It's time to pull out of this being war hawks and neocons. That form of conservatism is pretty much over. Nobody wants to see endless wars, bro. I like what he's doing right now. Eliminating the Department of Education. I think it's far too much government duplication. We have a lot of, government waste and this duplication of the same services on the federal level and the state level. The first time around, I like what he did with the First Step Act. I like what he did with Opportunity Zone. So, and having some support and understanding of what black colleges go through. So I like that he had some openness to see what the funding problem was with black colleges. So this time around, I'm liking this whole Elon Musk, Kennedy, Captain Gilbert, this whole kind of diverse, libertarian, independent type, cabinet of people he's putting together. That this time he bringing people to Washington instead of letting Washington tell him who to bring on.
Okay, so let me ask you two questions. First of all, as a black man with a black son, it doesn't bother you that he's a racist white man. It don't. Let's just talk about that for a minute. It doesn't bother you that he's racist.
Well, I don't. I've yet to confirm that he's a racist. I hadn't seen that part of it. I hadn't seen that part of it.
So if you look at his what he tried to do with the Central Park Five, and if we talk legally, when you talk about he was actually sued by black people who said that he would not rent to them. I believe these kinds of things make you racist. I believe when you joke and you laugh and you make fun of us, but you never really, because you saying policy, what particular policy you say you're trying to go back to? Because once again, I've admitted that maybe I overlooked the immigration thing, but we had illegal immigration when he was the president. He was trying to build a wall because we had a problem then. So what policies in particular that had you as a black man enamored? I heard you name some specific things, so I give you credit that most of the people who are asked to do that can't even do that, right, Kamar? Most of the time we say, what policy there is? Well, you be talking to people. So at least
right.
At least you was with that. But it doesn't bother you that he's a racist and that he's a 34-time felon, a convicted felon with 34 felonies. None of that bothers you because you like opportunity zones. That's what you're saying?
Well, so I believe felons are great people. I believe everybody can be redeemed.
Well, first of all, that's a great answer. But let's not get past that. He said, first of all,
Hey, that was an answer Trump would have said. They're great people.
I believe felons are great people. You believe rapists and murderers are great people. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Well, I don't know about those. I mean, you know, I like those boys, entrepreneurs. I get that. I love the fact that sometimes people get caught up in tight situations, but I also understand there's a bias in the court system, and he brought it to white people to let them understand that there are such things as crooked cops, and that brought a lot of white people.
Whoa! Not the dude who said when they shot the sister down in Illinois, people make mistakes. He's not the one who brought attention to that. You're wrong. That's misinformation. Matter of fact, he's pro law enforcement and anti law enforcement reform. What you talking about, Orlando?
I'm pro law enforcement, at the same time, all cops ain't good cops, and I think that's
nothing that he ever brought to the forefront. I've never heard him criticize law enforcement ever. You know that's a misnomer. Well, Stop it.
Well, one of the recent cases he just talked about, I forget exactly what happened, but he said he saw something on video. He doesn't look like these guys did the right thing. It was a recent shooting, and
wait. How can you say I forget what happened and then tell me what happened?
So
you can't remember it, so don't quote it, because you got to have the details of it. Don't say you can't remember it.
Fair enough.
All right, come on now.
Again, I think that's just shedding the light for people who may have not thought the court system can be very rigged against you. He brought this to the forefront about getting all this.
What court case was rigged against him? He did, in fact, incite a riot, and it was an attempted coup. He did that. We all saw him do that. The 34 felonies he was convicted of in Georgia were all real. He tried to interfere. He tried to influence electors and what have you. None of that's fake charge. What did he expose? What you talking about?
So again, this is an area that we may have to just disagree on. I don't believe nothing was stated that he incited a riot. He told people to go down and protest.
You've seen it yourself. You're not a 6-year-old boy. You're a grown-ass man. We all seen it when he said, y'all go down there and do something. Listen, you just said you love doughboys. You know, because we talking the code in the street when we say, man, y'all go handle that. I didn't tell him to do it.
Right.
Yeah. So some shit happened behind that. I didn't tell him to do it. Stop it. Go ahead.
What he said was to protest peacefully. The whole charges in Georgia, when it said find 11,000 votes, we got to find 11,000 votes. We sit here today.
The election was over. He lost. Why was he still?
We forget about Ben Barnes, who conceded late to Ron Johnson because he thought there was more votes out there. And so there was phone calls being made to all the ward captains asking, is that all the votes out there? That happens in every election. So we thought there are any more votes left. Is there any more we didn't count?
Yeah, you're deferring because I'm asking you about something specific and you're trying to be broad. You're talking about what happens in every election. I ask you specifically as a black man, does it not bother you that he is a racist? You said you didn't know that he was a racist. I gave you examples of how he's a racist. You totally disregarded him and you start trying to talk about some other shit. Now, hold on. Let me get my chat room. Welcome back to Outlaw Radio, by the way, Orlando. Ace Cooley, he said, we in trouble. He's trying to dismember the globalist agenda. Oh, shit. Ernest Walker said, hey, Courtney, open the door. I got that wine you like. Oh, shit. Ripple in the building. Cold duck.
Already got some. I got me about right here.
Oh, shit. Okay. She got some night train. All right. Ace Cooley says, he says, come on, Orlando, he's a racist. See, that's the problem. People don't think he's a racist. The fact of the matter is it don't matter what party, it's still white supremacy. Jesse Paris said, how is he any more racist than Biden? I never said Biden wasn't a racist. Did you ever hear me say Biden wasn't a racist? Have you ever heard me say Biden wasn't racist? He's part of the goddamn crime bill from 94. You never heard me say that. But I call a spade a spade. Why are we calling him out, but we ain't calling everybody out? We calling out Kamala for being married to a white man, but we ain't calling everybody out for being married to a white man.
You call her a bad wench yet?
I will. Give me some time. Now I got to call her. Orlando, don't hang up. Don't you run from this shit. Don't run from this shit.
No problem. I'm here for it.
Ewok, you on the line? What's popping?
Hey, what's going on, Kev?
Man, trying to do it. What's popping?
Man, either Orlando is super brainwashed or he's trying his best to convince himself of this bullshit that he is talking about, man. I can't sit here and allow this man to sit here and try to make excuses for all of the things that he's making excuses for. This thing about Trump, man, his history of everything he's done. Hell, he probably was fucked up the day he was born, man. This man, I don't even understand how anybody could try to justify anything this man stands for, man. I honestly feel that way. I feel like it's sad and ridiculous that anybody that would sit there and try to justify this man. I can't believe it. It's unfucking believable, especially coming from a black man. You know, it should be some white men out there embarrassed and ashamed of their damn self. But a black man sitting here trying to defend that man, that shit is ridiculous. And I'm sorry to have to say it right here, right now, while you're on the line, but the truth shall set you free, my boy. You need to get it. You need to get it right, dog. I'm talking about for real, because you sitting here trying to justify everything this man has done. It's ridiculous. Shame on you.
Okay, listen. And Orlando is a seasoned professional. He's here for it tonight, so he ain't tripping at all.
He still should be shamed. He still should be shamed. He should be real shamed. Fuck the bullshit.
We're going to give him a chance to retort. I just want to get the chat room out the way, and I want to make sure the line was clear. So shout out to you, Ewok, for letting your truth be known.
No doubt.
Yes, sir.
I'll hit you back later, man.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Shout out to Ewok, man, out in AZ. He said this caller's delusional. Great Scott, Batman. He's truly trying to convince himself of this bullshit. Shout out to Mama Jenkins in the chat room. She says, good evening, my Outlaw family. I'm so freaking glad this election is over, and I pray we get a seat at one of the tables. This man is going to do what he said he's going to do and screw what Mr. Owens is saying. She said, we heard what he said, and he's told us what the fuck his intentions are. Look at people's he's appointed on his staff as of today. Okay, shout out to Mama Jenkins. Yes, sir. Outlaw for real. Jesse Perry said, what did Biden-Harris do about Sonia Massey? Still waiting on the George Floyd Policing Act and that Police Accountability Commission after the death of George Floyd. Well, I'll do you one better. I'll go back to Tamir Rice. I'll go back to Mike Brown. Hell, I'll go back to Ernest Lacey. Shit, I go back to Daniel Bell in Milwaukee in 1955. Do we need to talk about the youngster down in Mississippi, Emmett Till? How many black men do we need to talk about who've been murdered by police officers? That shit ain't on Kamala and Biden. That shit was happening way before them. So what have any of them done? Not a goddamn thing. Once again, I see the whole picture. You see a snapshot. That's the difference. Dion, you on here? We got Orlando on here. I know you always fuck with his show. He like, Kev. So he's on here. What's popping with you, Dion?
Oh, nothing. Just sitting back listening to you guys. But you know what, though, Kev? I'm telling you now. Like, you can think Fat Meat ain't greasy if you don't want to. That's why it was like, you know, I guess 900 pages was scared motherfuckers to read. But you could have read shit that pertain to you. Like, this man already talking about cutting the Department of Education. You know what I'm saying? But see, I'm like a lot of people today, because, you know, I was on the other show. I want to sit back and see motherfuckers suffer. I might suffer a little bit, but I want to sit back and watch every motherfucker that took and went out there and cast a ballot for him. I want to see them suffer. You know what I'm saying? I want to see motherfuckers' welfare get cut off. I want to see their affordable housing, because all that shit about to get gutted.
I don't want to see that.
I'd rather see nobody get fucked up.
There you go, Kamar. There you go.
I want to see nobody fucked up. I'd rather this all just be a bunch of bullshit like every other election. That's what I would rather.
Bro, believe it or not,
I'm not.
This shit divided the country. You know what I'm saying?
Every election divides the country because they define it. Red versus blue is Crips and Bloods on the highest level. Dion, give me a second. Let me get the chat room because we popping over there. Jesse said those cases got thrown out. No, the 34 have not gotten thrown out. The ones he were already convicted of. The charges he had later when they went and he got the judges to pass this thing where was it an official act of the president or not. But he had already been convicted of the 34 felonies in Georgia. They have not been thrown out. It's misinformation. He said, never let nobody answer questions. This is what I was talking about last week. Who didn't answer that question? Orlando? Okay. Okay, yeah.
Our troll is back.
Would a racist pardon Jack Johnson? Jack Johnson been dead for 100 years. Why not pardon a dead nigga? Trump pardoned Marcus Garvey. He said, can't hear you on the phone. I'm still here. Mama Jenkins said, I got a fucking list with 71 names right here in Milwaukee that was murdered by these raggedy ass cops. So Orlando, can you hear me? We got to get Orlando back on. I think I know what I got to do. Check this out.
I think I hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Since
Okay.
he's accusing me of not letting you talk, and I probably did cut you off but we were having a discussion. But check this out. So tell me what you think about Project 2025, and I want to give you a chance because you've been listening. So Paris can't say we didn't let you talk. The floor is yours, man. Go ahead.
I think Project 25 it was meant to scare people and to mislead people. I think there's good parts about it, like the dissolving of the Department of Education. I think that's a good thing. Don't need that duplication of services again. I think that you having some of the other things. No national ban on abortion. But I think Agenda 47, which is his actual agenda, is the one I'm more focused on. But I think there's some good pieces in Project 2025 that I think would be good to use.
So you don't believe that is because I've seen some of his people saying that was never his initiative, and that's something that the Democrats use for fear mongering. Obviously, it worked because you hear a lot of black people talking about it. But you're saying even if it's real, then you agree with a lot of it. So you think it should be enacted.
There are some parts of it I think I like. Like I said, one of the pieces is eliminating the Department of Education. I think that's a good thing. Limit the government. We need to put more powers back to the state. I like that. I like anytime you try to take money, take power away from government and get it back to the people, I'm going to be with that. So you can almost sign me up for any portion that says power to the people. I'm with that. People, the smaller.
Hey, Kim.
Hold on, let him finish. Hold on, Dion. Hold on, let him finish because I'm Paris on some bullshit. Now, one thing about it, because Orlando opened up with some shit that wasn't factual, so that's why I cut him off because it was misleading information. That's why I cut him off. Just like we did with you, Paris, last week when you came in disrespecting my panel. That's why you got cut off. And because we won't let you talk, it's because we ain't gonna let you call our show and talk shit to us. Go ahead, Orlando, finish up.
I mean, simply put, I think there's some good pieces to it. I think those are some of the things I saw that I like about the Project 2025. Again, Trump's focus is Agenda 47. But again, there may be some good. Hey, it may be some good pieces that Democrats actually offer up. If it makes sense, I mean, great ideas are great ideas.
Okay. So now you keep talking about Agenda 47. What's Agenda 47?
So Agenda 47 is Trump's actual presidential agenda, what he wants to get done.
Okay.
That's actually on the campaign website. That's the actual Trump agenda. And I think that's one of the things that we talked about here in the city of Milwaukee. We even put on a workshop that dispel the myth about Project 2025 and the truth about Agenda 47.
Well, okay, give me some specifics about it. Give me what specifically is it in regards to?
Agenda 47?
Absolutely.
Closing down that border, drilling here locally. Again, eliminating power from the federal government. Those are some of the big things. Supporting school choice.
So not to cut you off, but how can a candidate who actually acts like he wants to have absolute power talk about not taken power away from the federal government? If you're saying I'm going to make sure you never have to vote again, and then how are you giving power back to the people if it's all about you? I'm asking because I want to know.
I think sometimes we take some of the things Trump say to mean things that it ought not be.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
He was just bullshitting. He was just bullshitting. Okay.
When he said that about never voting again, meaning get back in office again and let us continue to win. We're going to win. We're going to continue to engage this government and get America where it needs to be.
Now, how did you draw that out of you'll never have to vote again? Like he literally said.
So what he did was what he was talking to was a group of people who don't vote, right? It was the Christians. So when you look at the full context of it, he was talking about people who don't vote at all anyway. He said, listen, come out and vote this one time, and y'all can go back not voting again because y'all don't vote anyway. That was really the population speaking to. The Christian folk who don't want to vote. He said, so come out and vote this time. You don't have to go back because you ain't voting no way, so go back and go back to what you've not been doing, not voting. So that's the context. And I think sometimes we take these sound bites and say, well, he said you don't have to vote again. What does that mean? Like, well, when he was speaking to the people, he said this group of people who don't vote, which was the Christians, he said, hey, vote this time and you ain't gonna vote no more.
Somebody else want to go? I want to make sure everybody
gets. Sound like if I
I
ain't vote again.
You're right, Dion. Let me get Courtney because Courtney you gotta let the lady go.
When he say you ain't got to vote again, it sound like I ain't got to vote again because he the president forever. You know what I'm saying? You can't vote again because it's me. God damn it! Now
don't worry about it. Yeah,
right?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Right, okay, Dion, go ahead with your question, bro.
So if you believe it, because I know, I want to ask you a question. 2 questions. Do your kids go to private school, Orlando? Do you pay tuition?
No.
Okay. All right. So if they eliminate the Department of Education, what do you think they're gonna put in place of it? Because I see they talking about putting a lot of faith-based schools up in there where you got to pay tuition.
So by eliminating the Department of Education, the money the money stays in the state. So now the state decides what it wants to do with that money. All that money we spend to D.C., that money now will stay in the state. So we want to put money toward the public school, choice school, voucher school, homeschooling, whatever works, best for our students. The people of Wisconsin should know what's best for Wisconsin, not bureaucrats who are 100 miles away in D.C. So that's why, again, it's duplication. I would say you can get rid of the Department of the Environmental Department.
They about to get rid of the EPA. But see, when I asked you, did you know what the ESA was? You was like, oh, what is the ESA? What is that? And if you read Project 2025, because I read something, I just ain't going off. I'm reading it black and white. So I'm taking like y'all believe in the Bible that Jesus died and rose and he did all that. I believe every word the motherfucker say in there. So this man said that he want to start an ESA account, which is an educational savings account. It's implemented already in 2 states, Arizona and Iowa. But how is that going to work broadly across all these other states?
Well, I didn't know what the letter stood for, my friend. And I'm not against savings accounts. I like anytime people save money for education. Education post high school or at high school level, private education is expensive. So if you're going to give a tax deduction for people putting money in a savings account for education, how is that a bad thing?
A lot of them people are in poverty, man. Again. You think them white folks is down there in Paducah County, Kentucky, and Pike County, Kentucky, and some of them other counties, they got money to do that, and they barely making it. You know how they get their health care? It's a fucking caravan that comes through their town once a month or whenever. They see the dentist, they see health care, all that. So we ain't just talking about black people. We talking about white people, too. You know what I'm saying? Them people ain't got the money to do that. What the fuck is he doing?
So you said the education and you jumped to healthcare. I was kind of confused because you talking about the
No. See, don't twist it up. I was giving you an example. I was telling you that those people don't have money to put in an educational savings account because they barely got health care. That's what I said. Don't twist it up because you're real good at that.
Now hold on.
So if you don't have money, if you don't,
Dion, give me a second because I'm looking at the chat room and I want, like I say, I'm looking at the chat room. Jesse Perry says Emmett Till killer was able to die in peace, and Biden DOJ refused to do anything about it even after they found a warrant for her arrest. That shit happened in 1955, and you blaming Biden?
My God, he be tripping, man.
Hold on. Listen, he said, yeah, you so informed and didn't read Agenda 47, scratching my damn head. All you can bring up is mandate for leadership, AK Project 2025. I think he's talking to you, Dion, because
and that's what I'm going off of. I ain't going off no project, whatever that shit is.
Well, no, Orlando.
2025.
I would say this: Orlando is the first person I've actually heard talk about Agenda 47 because Paris, you was on here and you didn't say nothing about it.
Nothing.
So he ain't the only one.
We even asked him about it. Like, what is it about Trump that you like? All that shit.
We've been asking that question for 6 months.
You never said nothing, man.
So I didn't jump on Project 2025. What I will do is inform myself about certain things, because the one thing I'm very good at is skimming. Like, I'm one of them people who don't got to read every word in the chapter to get an A on the test. I know how to go through the chapter and see key points and say, oh, this, that, and the third. Because I believe, once again, you got to understand, here on Outlaw Radio, we won't give either party credit for shit. Nothing. So nobody here was a groupie about anything. The only thing I was really upset about is how divided we were when it came down to, okay, Black America, we have a decision to make. It went on some other shit about who had a white wife and who wasn't a foundational Black American.
We asked that question, and then we get niggas calling in protecting the white boy.
Well, yeah.
Pretty much.
Saying, well, I don't like her because she ain't black. But they saying, I don't like her because she ain't black, so I like the white dude who's racist more.
Yeah.
Make that shit make sense for me. So I don't know, all you super intelligent ass, intellectual ass Negroes, I fucks with y'all. But don't be gloating and shit. Mama Jenkins said, ain't shit good about Project 2025. What fucking world is he living in? I've known Orlando for a while. I met him stomping on the ground, fighting against police shootings. So now he's trying to tell us what Trump said was something totally different. This man want to amend the Constitution to his liking. He got all these stupid motherfuckers in his zone. You heard what Mama Jenkins said.
She be going in on the rail.
But Orlando, I mean, like I said, man, I've said I would respect somebody who could articulate why they actually like Trump, and you've done that.
He definitely did that.
You've done that, so I give you credit for that. Let's give Orlando his. There you go. Now, believe me, at times you was talking all out the side of your neck at times too, and you sounded like, because you actually said, "I think felons are good people." You said that. That's what you said.
I believe they are.
Okay.
I've met quite a few of them.
Hey man, forget that rape. You all right with me?
Me too. But most of the me too. Most of the ones I want to cut, most of the ones I know will cut your throat.
Right, the real one.
I met a lot of good guys who, had a rough go at it. I think some of them, may not be, they may need to stay separated, but I think there's a lot of good guys at the Joseph Project. That's the primary people that come through our doors trying to help brothers get jobs. For guys who
Okay.
Yes, sir. Listen, if y'all tuning in, I asked for it and I got it. We got Orlando Owens. Orlando's little show is popping right now. I ain't gonna ask you where he got the blueprint from, because he been around Outlaw Radio for a minute. So, I know he ain't gonna give me my props because I don't drink Kool-Aid. But shout out to you for your little platform, man. And all you Trump Negroes is wallowing in your glory. So shout out to you and your platform.
His little platform,
You know how we black people like, well, you want that little ass $200 you loan me? You know how we be demeaning each other. I see you bought you a little house. So you got you a little show. Ewok said, I can't stand when you ask a specific question about Trump. Some jackass answers, what about Biden? That means they don't know shit and should shut up. He said, y'all didn't ask me about that. We asked you specifically. What do you like? And the question was, we hear what you say. We hear everything you say about Kamala. And to a certain degree, none of us really disagree with you. We know she was the district attorney. We know she was a prosecutor. We know what those individuals do. They lock motherfuckers up. So all we was asking you is, why do you never say anything about the foul shit Trump does, but you stay on the sister with melanin in her skin, but you're supposed to be pro-black? Right. And you went into some other shit about y'all don't know shit, and y'all like, whoa, bro. And I actually, if you go back and listen to the show, I gave you time to answer it. You went to doing all kinds of other shit, man. So don't.
That's what I'm talking about. Y'all don't know how to listen on this show.
Yeah.
I mean, don't listen or talk.
He said, y'all asked me about Kamala's record. We did. We asked you that too. We didn't ask you just one question and cut you off I brought you back. If you listen to the show once again, we actually got into it because I was trying to let you talk. But what you refuse to stop doing is taking shots at people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's up. Orlando, I don't know. You said you can't hear me on your phone. It's your phone, man. Get on the laptop. You got a laptop with your Republican ass. Mama Jenkins she said questions. Will any of you Trumpers be going to Washington to get a job? Orlando, that's a good question for you because you told the party line. You drink the Kool-Aid, but to this point, as far as I know, they haven't really. What's your position within the party? They paying you? What's going on?
Yo.
I got all kinds of calls coming on my damn phone.
Sorry about that, my friend.
Okay, go ahead, Orlando. We got you back.
I didn't hear your question. That's a good question for Orlando.
Yeah, I said, okay, so Trump has won. The Republicans have the House. They have the Senate, whatever would have you. You told the party line. What's in it for you? What's your position in the Republican Party?
Well, I still work for U.S. Senator Ron Johnson. So I'm still here working in the state side. I can't really work in D.C. I got a young son, so that wouldn't work for me. But I'm fine working right here in the state.
You work for the state or you work in the state? Because I work in the state, but I don't work for the state.
I work for U.S. Senator Ron Johnson, so I work for you all, and he has a.
What's your official position under Ron Johnson?
I'm a regional director, Southeastern Wisconsin.
You're the Republican regional director for Southeastern Wisconsin for the Republican Party.
No, I work for U.S. Senator Ron Johnson. I don't work for the party.
Okay, so your position, you're his regional director for Ron Johnson in Southeastern Wisconsin.
Correct.
And what do you do? What does that entail? What do you do for him?
So my main job is the Joseph Project. I'm the point person for the Joseph Project, which is an initiative which you already know about, and your listeners may know about it already. Mm-hmm. From there, I go to different meetings on his behalf, give legislative updates of what he's working on, also take notes back to what I'm hearing, and people may have concerns. I'm also a HUD case manager here for the Senate side, so when people have HUD questions, and they call the Senate office, I'm the HUD caseworker too.
So you're on the state payroll. If I look this up,
I'm on the federal payroll.
You're on the federal payroll because you work for
Right.
Senator Ron Johnson. Okay.
Correct.
I just wanted to know but you said you don't work for the party, but I asked you, what is the party doing for you since you told the line, you held it down, or is there, because they haven't given you any respect in it, because how many offices you done ran for? About 5?
I ran for a few. I'll say that. I ran for a few.
I'm saying they've never really come out and backed you like this is our guy. Like they didn't Ben Carson you or nothing like that. They didn't, make.
I got the nomination of the party when I ran for state treasurer, and also the endorsement of the.
But what happened at the end of that race though? Because who actually won?
I didn't win. I lost in the primary to another Republican.
And they backed him over you at the last minute.
No, I mean, I guess the votes went that direction, but I was the endorsed candidate in that race.
You remember our conversation when it happened, and I called you and I said, "What happened? You was the man." They said, "Did they even tell you?" You told me no. I didn't even know. I didn't even know they was bringing this dude in. That's what you told me. Maybe
that was early in the race that he jumped in the race, which everybody can do.
No, this was after it was over when we had that conversation.
No, he ran the race. He was at state convention with me. He even let him speak at the convention. So I was the endorsed candidate. Didn't win like I wanted to, but such is life. You lick your wounds and you fight another day, and that happens.
There you go.
Now we fast forward. I'm still the chairman of the Northside GOP. I'm the creator of Project.
So you do work for the party because you're the chairman of the Northside GOP, Grand Old Party, meaning Republican. So you do work for the party. You just said
volunteer for the party. I'm a volunteer, so we don't get paid for those positions.
Okay, there you go. Hey, thank you for
that.
I'm
the creator of Project Move the Needle, and got 22% of the black vote in Wisconsin for our efforts. So that's a really big initiative that I just started about 8 months ago.
Both of those are dope. I give you credit for that. Ewok says Orlando fell down the rabbit hole and ate the mushroom soon. As he touched down, dude is crazy as hell. And he said, I was trying to tell you about why your girl Kamala lost, and y'all got all emotional saying fuck me and interrupted me. I never said fuck you. I didn't. I didn't. All I tried to get you to do was chill. You did. I wasn't gonna throw nobody on the bus, but I was trying to get you to calm down.
Lamar did.
Well, I was trying to get everybody to calm down because one thing is nothing should stop the show. I don't care what it is. My job is to get everything centered. People will ask me, Kev, why you didn't get the show back on track?
Yeah, you know where we come from. I'm gonna protect us at all costs.
I totally understand that, but once again, it wasn't that I was just telling him because you got mad at me and said you telling me to chill, which I was.
While I'm protecting us.
But I'm telling him I'm telling everybody to chill. I was 2 minutes away from cutting the whole shit off. So he feels like
2 minutes is a long way, though.
Well, you know, I take my time, Dion. I don't know.
Hey, I mean, I just want anybody to tell me which party give a fuck about us.
There you go. I forgot I had Ace on the line. What's up, Ace?
I just want to know, because everybody arguing these politics. Which one got the black man back?
I think we take it too personal. It's more about policy, protecting policy. And Kev, you know, we had this talk about the civil rights movement. So in Project 2025, they talking about gun and civil rights, or the EEOC for women that you know, or maybe even men, equal employment opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't true enough. Don't nobody have our best interests at heart. But if it came down to protecting what's right, like pretty soon, the man already talking about he about to let Robert F. Kennedy, whatever that nut name is, about to let him loose. You know what I'm saying? So just like with the COVID vaccine, a lot of people didn't take it. I don't know about it, but to some people, I guess it was good. I don't know. But we just came out of a pandemic, and when you have people in office that don't take shit seriously or are not using the resources at hand, you understand, to prevent things from going on, then look at the major catastrophe that happened. Or
Dion,
federal.
Are you saying, is there any truth to the fact that the New York Supreme Court is going back retroactively rehiring people who were fired for not getting the vaccine? And I seen that.
I seen that.
I don't know if that's actually.
I don't know how true it is.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I don't know how true it is. I ain't even. Yeah, I ain't even. You know what I'm saying? But COVID was real.
Yeah, well,
I don't know how many people, because I had COVID.
I had it too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people lost their life behind it.
I'm gonna be honest, Dion. We are their resource. They don't want to lose that resource. That's why we a commodity. That's why I keep saying this shit. Neither one of these parties are ever going to want to let us get out, because, I mean, at the end of the day, every time we mobilize and try to do something, we get sabotaged, and that's by both of them.
Hold on.
So that's true. I agree.
Now, let me get this chat room, because he's saying, like, every time someone brings up Kamala, I deflect to Trump. I don't. The only question I ask you is, why do you dwell on all the bad shit about her, but you never say anything about what your man's done? I'm not. Once again, I don't even know how many times I got to say I wasn't a Kamala groupie at all.
How about we stop letting him stop the show and bring us back after we done moved on?
I just acknowledge him because he's in the chat room. I acknowledge everybody, even trolls in the chat room.
Do we know how many people die from the flu every year? I know people die from COVID, but do we know how many hundreds of thousands of people die from the flu yearly?
It's more than COVID, ain't it?
Huh?
Yeah,
it's more than, wasn't it more than COVID at its peak?
Yeah, you know, so I just need us not to just be acting like, man, COVID killed plenty of people. Like, nah, motherfuckers die of flu every year, a whole lot. You know,
he said you
are a little advanced, but yeah.
He said you automatically assume so much for Trump if they're against Kamala, and that's part of your Democratic Shield's problem. Just like Roland Martin and the rest. Fuck me now. Fuck you. Take this L. Yeah.
Man. Tell dude to get off Trump dick, man.
No, I mean, but it's funny just because.
He's been sucking his dick so hard the nigga's starting to turn orange.
See, listen. First of all, the fact that he says that we assumed he was against Trump. I mean, he was for Trump because we actually gave him an opportunity to say he was voting for Cornel West, right? He said that because we said, okay. And he said, well, I'm going to vote for Cornel West. And I said, okay, cool. But why is it that you're so aggressive towards her, but you don't say anything about him still, meaning Trump? So, you know, it is what it is, man. You say take this L. I mean, I
guess he lived in California, didn't he?
Well, he lives in Washington, but I'm sorry, he lives in Denver.
And Dion, California is in shambles right now, bro.
He lives in Denver. Shabaka lives in California. But my thing is, you said take this L.
He might be that small percentage of black men that didn't want to let a woman run the country.
I don't know.
Maybe that's it.
Maybe it's it.
Since all he got.
No, it sounds like he's a bourgeois Negro, man.
He's not He's not a bourgeois Negro. He's just.
You hear me? I mean, I'm guessing that because he only got something bad to say about her. But you know what I mean? Shit, this shit. If you don't like neither one of them, man, you should feel bad about both of them.
It's not an L for me. I don't live in America by myself. I'm straight. One thing I keep telling y'all keep saying, I had more money in my pocket under a certain president. I always had money in my pocket. Every president. What you talking about?
Straight up.
I was getting money under Reagan, Bush. I was a little kid under Reagan. I was washing cars and shit.
Right.
And hustling in the neighborhood, going on the paper route.
Never
$50-$60 in my pocket. So hey, listen.
Yeah, what president was in office?
Yeah, man. I'm from a long generation of survivors, man. We don't even wait for the signal to come from upstairs. We wake up in the morning going to get it. It just
correct.
Right. So all this shit you talking about, like, see, I'm not sensitive politically because politics ain't never saved black people in the first place. Only thing that's ever helped black people is black people. Our perseverance is what saved us. Why you talking all this shit? You're young, bro. My parents were sharecroppers from the Jim Crow South. Fuck you talking about? We've been doing this. My family is thick. What you talking about, man? That's what I keep saying. You're getting all this political shit misconstrued, and I'm glad you feel good about Trump winning. Congratulations to you, man. And if you feel like, oh yeah, at least we kept that bitch from winning, congratulations to you on that. Stop it, man. Stop.
But what changes for us? That's the question.
Nothing.
What changes for us?
Nothing. It wasn't gonna change either way. We've been saying that shit this whole time. So I don't know why he's trying to make an enemy where there is none. I'm not your enemy.
Straight up.
I'm not your enemy. Because I don't go.
Black man.
All right, move around with the butt. Shit. Orlando Owens is on this show, who is the biggest black Trump supporter in southeastern Wisconsin. This dude's at all kinds of white state fairs, standing next to cows and shit with a cowboy hat, smiling with white people. And you can just see them behind their teeth saying, look at this nigger. But he's here on the show. What you talking about? We both black men. Orlando, you still here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The one thing we've always established is regardless of how we feel politically, we both black men, right? Correct? Right?
Always that, my friend. Always that.
So I don't know what
Orlando, do you believe in racism?
Do I believe in racism? Yeah. Yeah. It is.
Oh, okay.
You know, he was in the
Hey, let me ask you a question. Orlando, you heard about MK Ultra, right?
I know what that is. MK Ultra?
Yeah, MK Ultra. Do you know what that is?
I don't.
Okay. You know who BlackRock is?
That's one of the companies, right? That's one of these security companies.
I mean, this is all the stuff the Republicans are fighting against. I mean, in that sense, I agree with them. Yeah, they talk about basically the globalists. But see, this is my problem, dude. They fighting to preserve right life. You know, this with these elites, you got to understand, the elites don't give a fuck about nobody. Matter of fact, it was a situation where they was just talking about the CIA and how they was clipping their own people because motherfuckers didn't agree with what they was doing. You get what I'm saying? Well, if you go send the CIA out there on a mission, you send the Marines out there on a mission, and you turn around and you clip your own people, who's your allegiance to? Nobody. We got allegiance to a government that don't got no damn allegiance to us. See, at the end of the day, we boxed in between globalism and fascism. See, they want to preserve themselves. They want to use us to help them fight. But when they want to also use us as a commodity in the state, within the states, you don't get to do both. So, Kev, when you say, hey, what happened to George Floyd and all that shit, that question you asked, the problem is we ain't never done nothing. Because they don't do this shit to the Arabs. They don't do it to the Russians. They don't do it to the East Indians. You know what they do? They send them motherfuckers to our neighborhood to make money. And they welcome them over here not to pay tax. That's that bullshit. But at the end of the day, you know what? This motherfucker Biden come up in here 4 years ago and immediately signed up for fucking Asian hate crime bill. And that was a slap in our face. What the fuck are we supposed to do with that? And then on top of that, nigga, I don't know about y'all, but I'm angry. They want to use that against us. Well, why are you so angry? Nigga, because I'm human. I got to watch my people suffer every motherfucking day.
Hell yeah.
Shot down by the police. getting pulled over by the motherfucking police, shot down for no reason. Rights violated. They find a way every fucking hour on the hour to violate your constitutional rights. And at the end of the day, it's fucked up because we ain't changed it. We ain't snapped back. We ain't shot no cops. We ain't fucked with their family. We ain't kept them motherfuckers out of our shit. It shouldn't be an Asian or Indian or nothing in our motherfucking community. But we always let this bullshit go on. So they look at us as punks. They bully. So fuck the Republicans, fuck the Democrats. They don't mean us no damn good.
Okay. Like, get it off your chest on a Monday night, right? Type shit. Like, hey, it's an open platform as long as you, once again, you notice how this conversation goes with everybody being able to express themselves without taking shots at someone else. Ain't it crazy when we actually converse, right? I'm talking to you, not at you, right?
Yeah, this ain't sodding at her.
Right, but no, come on, yeah, we're not Jerry Springer, it's not a tabloid. Like, come on, man. Like, we'll talk. We gonna talk for real, or we gonna be cool, or we ain't gonna be cool. We should say.
But let's be honest, he needs to look up MK Ultra, man.
Let me get the chat room because Orlando like don't even know that's some CIA shit from like the 40s. He like, what you talking about? Jesse Parrish is saying my great grandparents were sharecroppers. Fuck you talking about. Your great grandparents was. My parents were. I don't know if you made the correlation. You said your great grandparents were. That means your grandparents' grandparents were sharecroppers. My mother and my father were sharecroppers. Totally different. Ain't nothing lost in translation, brother. What you talking about? Yeah, I like how you try to. It's fun, man. I entertain bullshit. I got time for it. I mean, it's Monday. What the fuck else I'm gonna do? I ain't going out. Just stop eating that purple East Punjabi East Indian. I don't know. I guess yeah, whatever. It sounds good coming out your lips. That's how I can tell you young. You kind of juvenile with that kind of shit. Talking about eating some Punjabi cat and all. It's like what, bro? What
is that? What is?
He's like we don't even talk like that. We grown ass men. Like, we don't even talk like that. Like,
why is he throwing
eating their booty,
like
nigga?
That,
you eating their booty? Like,
we
dude.
talking about policy.
You asking the real shit though. You asking the real, like I said, asking about MK Ultra for a reason. I mean, I don't know.
Well, that's not Orlando. That's Parrish from Denver, Shane Krumah. Orlando is stood in here and handled his. He's handled
behind 9/11 and the Vietnam War. If y'all really look at all this shit, man, this shit, yeah, this is elitism.
Man,
this is a myth. Democrats, Republicans, that's a shield.
I'm a certified professional life coach. When I meet with people who are in crisis, when I meet with people who are in situations, the first thing I ask them, or the first thing I tell them is, I don't want to talk about yesterday. I don't want to talk about what happened yesterday. I want to talk about today and where you want to be tomorrow. So where we are right now in this country is a situation where Donald Trump has won the presidency. He has the House. He has the Senate. These are going to be some crazy years coming up. And we got to be ready to deal with them just like we have dealt with every set of crazy years ever since we've been here. Y'all remember the Dave Chappelle skit when he went back through time and there was a black dude telling, man, white people is fucking up. Like they were saying the President Lincoln is fucking up. This shit goes all the way back. He said, Earl Henning said, what it do, my brother, sister, love us all, chocolate milk. So the Asians got one. You talking about their crime bill still? Yeah. No, but once again, nobody's gonna argue with you on that. I want to say this because we shouted out Twan Mack, but we also lost another icon in Milwaukee, the brother James Beckham. And if you're from the city, you know that there's the Beckham Stapleton Baseball League. Because the reality is black people don't really play baseball.
Oh, no, my children was on that league.
I played baseball.
Oh, no.
See, that don't count, Orlando. That's only half a credit for you, Orlando. I'm just kidding.
You talking about the guy that has the baseball down there on Lamb Park?
Down in the hood. He got the Beckham Stadium.
For real? Oh, my God.
That's messed up.
Yeah, no, James Beckham, who was a Negro League baseball player, and a veteran. It's Veterans Day, by the way, which we're going to talk about as well. He was a veteran, a strong, positive brother who really affected a bunch of kids over the years. And my son didn't play baseball. We tried to get him to play. He just wanted to run track and play basketball and play football. I played baseball growing up because we still messed around with it, but I didn't play in high school. But no, this brother, man, he was. We talk about people being doers all the time instead of just talking about shit. And this was a brother who was the personification of that. Like I'm gonna help the community, and he passed away. I think he may have been 90. Somebody, if y'all know,
Damn.
He was a Negro. He played in the Negro leagues.
No. All right.
Yeah, he had lived a life, but he passed away. And we've lost him. And then what's my man named Dr. Carter, who was in the community for years. You know, I beat my first drug test by going to Carter Drug to get a real job and shit. And somebody said, go down there to Dr. Carter, man. Shout out to him. Hey, I could tell.
That's why you should use drugs.
Right, you're right. That's why I shouldn't have been using them then, but I got away with it. Right?
You know I'm gonna talk.
A statute of limitations up on that shit. I no longer do anything. Right? He said, Mama Jenkins said he was 91. Okay, full life, you know, and we want to live forever. Right? But I ain't gonna lie. If I make it to 91, I'm cool. I'm gonna be like, yeah, hey, don't cry. Don't y'all cry at my funeral. My grandmother was 97. It wasn't a whole lot of crying at her funeral. Mostly just laughter and laughter.
Paying that insurance policy.
Yeah.
Say that again, Courtney.
That's a long time to be paying that insurance policy. So goddamn.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about her insurance policy. I don't even know.
I'm talking about myself. I'm 90, so I'm 91. Goddamn.
Yeah, well, if you get so old, somebody else supposed to pay it for you. Supposed to have benefits. Yeah. So there's some people who said my grandmother's 101 when she passed. So
ain't gonna be no Social Security no more.
Who's that, Orlando? What you trying to say, Orlando?
Yeah,
say that again. It's
about time we need it.
We need some
Social
elder.
Security was a Ponzi scheme from the beginning.
Okay.
Ponzi scheme. It was poorly. It was sold to the people as if you're paying into something that got your name on it, and you really don't. You're paying for the people ahead of you. So the only way we will have Social Security is having a booming economy and for our children to be working. I like the idea of actually having an account with my name. I'm actually putting money aside myself. Social Security is not that. But I think these next 4 years will be great. I don't think he's going to accomplish all the things he's going to get done, but he's coming in pretty strong. I've been watching the videos. The executive orders are, pretty impressive so far. And I like the lineup.
Which one? What's your favorite executive order that he got coming up? Which one you like the most? Because
that border, man, that border is huge for me. That border is huge for me, brother.
Okay.
Shutting down that border, bro. The deportation. That's yeah.
So
yeah,
what about the Ukrainians who we're kind of in? What about them? So we're just gonna cut off the Mexicans and let the Ukrainians in, or
we're gonna shut it down for everybody. Anybody who ain't got the business here, overdue visas, if you've been here past your expiration date, you want to get out of here. Start the process.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I agree with that.
Mass deportation. Once again, I said maybe I underestimated. I didn't. I know the economy was important, obviously, but I didn't, because we're not, Orlando. We're not as affected by illegal immigrants in Milwaukee as places that might be, south of us. So maybe I underestimated that. So I'm saying, so what is the new solution? So you're going to do a mass deportation. What does that look like? Does that look like federal agents coming through the community, gathering people up, women and children, throwing them on the bus? How's this going to look, this mass deportation?
I mean, I think you do some of the easy things first. Some of the people who will have over expired visas. I think you have, people who are definitely have, what do they call them now that just voted in the election? Temporary IDs. Non-domiciliary IDs, who are people who are not citizens in America. They've already identified themselves. I think you kind of start there, and yes, you have to remove the entire family. Yeah.
Did you just say you gonna go get the Latinos who voted for you?
No, the ones who voted with those IDs that say non-domiciliary or temporary.
Did they count those votes? Did they count?
They counted those votes.
Well, how you gonna count the vote and then go deport the motherfucker?
I'm just saying they shouldn't have voted in the first place.
Like
they white people. You know how they do.
Votes not yes to go.
So,
thank you for your vote. Get your ass out.
To go. This will be the last time you got to vote.
Getting that border shut down and getting this thing under control. So that's huge. Driving out at gas price. drilling back here, opening up all the Keystone pipelines, getting that back
And
online.
you know the Keystone pipelines is on Native American land. That's why they shut it down. So you think they should go drill on the people's land? They had already took the whole country from them.
Well, if they
think they should drill on the people's land?
If they give them some money, if they cut them in on the bread,
they don't want them on there.
Okay, but manifest destiny. It's Trump time. Shut your ass up and move. Because listen, but here's the thing. Instead of us being held hostage by the Middle Eastern countries, don't it make more sense to say we'll just give y'all some of the bread because this is going to help us empower ourselves because we won't be as dependent on these fossil fuels because actually America is rich. Like there's a lot of I'm not talking about monetarily, I'm talking about like gold, diamonds, oil. Like we have
No, America does not have enough fossil fuel to sustain itself. That's why we get it from other countries, because if we did have enough fossil fuel to sustain itself, it'd be getting here. Africa is the only
hold on. Where would the pipeline?
Correct.
I'm sorry for cutting you off, and I'm asking, where would the pipeline? You said it runs on Native American land, right? That comes from Alaska, right?
North Dakota, South Dakota.
Right, but that's America, right?
People,
and they're actually,
people don't want them there.
North Dakota's booming with oil right now, though. So we
don't even.
I feel like we got enough to sustain ourselves. Okay, go ahead. We don't even understand the impact that will have on the country doing that. See, this man, listen. The only thing I'm gonna say is, motherfuckers talking about the mass transportation of them people. See, the 14th Amendment is very fragile. These people is not playing, man. The only thing I can say is about it. Now, we can sit up there and laugh now, point fingers, this, that, and the other. And first of all, the mass deportation ain't going to happen because there's too many people here. And that would take, each person that's here will have to have one single agent to be able to round them up. And the implications that it have on the agricultural market, the construction. See, we just looking at like it sounds good. Mass deportation, blah, 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 blah. But when it starts fucking with the economy, you know what I'm saying? Because now we're going to be short of lettuce. All the things they do. Wait, hold on. Let me finish. Everything that they do as far as agriculturally, we was just short on goddamn toilet tissue. So we don't have people working remember at the Tyson company in Iowa where all the people, why do you think chicken wings were so high? We just seen the implementation of this, and that was through COVID. So if you go up in these processing plants and shut these people down, listen. I don't even want to talk about it because I get angry because I don't like to hear people because they're not looking at it. They haven't read. We just got through this shit. It's going to be a lot of shit, and then we going to be fucked behind it.
You factor in this, Dion, on how many people are on the wait list right now who've done the right thing, so are waiting to be processed, who've done the right thing. All the jokes who came and jumped the line, it's going to be people to replace them. So you fear-mongering the people by saying everything gonna fall to the ground. We got people.
So you think they want to go work in the lettuce and processing plants and stuff like that?
This is the same. If we're talking about people who have this background could do this work, there's a pipeline of people from Mexico who started this process the legal way who are still waiting to get in, bro. So those people who done the right way will find employment to take the positions of the ones who did it illegally. Even Tyson, when they booted out all the illegals, niggas got jobs.
And you know what the funny part about this shit is, though, that everybody keep on talking about the immigrants. And I was talking to Sherwin about this today. Ain't nobody mad at the employers. The immigrants, they go in there and say, give me a motherfucking job. Employers hired those people. They hired them because they know they can probably pay them less wages or whatever. But,
right.
Like I said, when you have somebody, when you thinking you one track, and like I said, the 14th Amendment is very fragile. You let this ignorant motherfucker, because he got a blank check to do whatever. So we just going to see how it play out. As I started the conversation when I first got on here, I want to see people suffer. I might have to suffer too. That's just like Orlando. You just said you got a young child, and I know you get state assistance. When they take your son off state assistance, whatever type of assistance
how you know that man gets state assistance, Dion? You don't know that man gets...
Yeah, I do because I talk to him. Me and Orlando talk all the time. He called me one day I was in Chicago. I told you that because I had just got off the phone with you and he had called me. When they start ending a lot of that shit around here,
You know you on welfare. Like, yo,
when they start ending that shit, and motherfuckers be around here and they, you know what I'm saying? Because you can have a job making $30, $35 an hour, but if you have a family and a wife that's not working and 3 or 4 kids, it's gonna tear a hole in your pocket. Goddamn, insurance is high as a motherfucker. It's a lot of jobs laying off right now because of the tariffs. Jeep about to lay off. My company been laying motherfuckers up. I don't know from day to day. I've been looking for me motherfucking job. I don't know from day to day if I'm gonna have a job. You know what I'm saying? Talking about putting 60% tariffs on shit. See, people just sit up there, oh, it sounds good. But when it start hurting us, and then you want cheap eggs, cheap bacon, cheap gas, it's not gonna get cheap. As soon as they stop, and then you go over there and fuck with them Arabs about that gas, they have a stronghold on that shit. You can fuck with them people if you want to. Gas can be running around this motherfucker $8 a gallon, and I wish I would get the motherfucker with a
Dion,
what?
You know it go both ways because just like we spend the money, they need the money or they wouldn't take it. So they ain't finna cut us off. They don't want that issue either. See,
okay, we keep saying what they won't do.
Well, they can't say what we won't do because once again, we just referenced a pipeline that runs in North America that's shut down right now out of respect for Native Americans. So you can mix and match. There's oil in other places because if we really want to straighten it out, we'll fix our relationship with Africa and go over there and do some oil dealings with them if we can negotiate with China and Europe.
China got Africa.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So it's always multiple ways to skin a cat. So we're not gonna be sitting up here. We ain't stuck on we're not stuck on the tit of the Arabs. Okay, let's say that. And now this is the way business has been done because there's a market and there's a demand. And there's a market for it, right? Like, so no, I understand how business works. I'm just telling you, since he represents a different direction in terms of how he does things, this is what got people excited about him because they feel like he's not going to kiss the normal asses. He's not going to play the game that we've been playing all this time, like you said, to be in these tariffs and all these kinds of global, because it's a global economy. And I like how you bringing that to the table. Let me catch the chat room. Mama Jenkins says, has anybody calculated the cost of deporting these people? I just asked a question to Dion and Orlando to say, and I think somebody referenced it that this would take actually task force coming into communities, removing people, women and children, loading them up on trucks. Think about the optics of that. You sitting on your porch and they roll up, because then it turns into you don't know who the fuck they taking, sending off. It gets out of control. It offsets the balance. So how would this be executed, right? And Orlando said they're going to get all the motherfuckers who voted. Even that, so you just sit down and say, you're not going to, yeah, you motherfuckers told me to vote. Come with us. Your ass going back to Acapulco, right? So I'm just saying, we have to start talking about optics, how a lot of this stuff is going to look. Now, right now, I learned something today that I did not know, because I always talk about the judges on the Supreme Courts who actually make the decisions on the legal precedents. And if it goes above the state Supreme Court, of course, it goes to the Supreme Court. But actually right now, Wisconsin has the liberal judges hold sway on our state Supreme Court. And they're actually hearing the argument about whether or not abortion should be legal or illegal in Wisconsin. Now, Trump and the Republicans did overturn Roe versus Wade, but this states have state rights. So if the state chooses, our Supreme Court chooses to say abortion is still illegal, a lot of people are going to say Trump and them did that, but it's not Trump. But the argument is being held right now that because you know that there was a law from 1849 and it's gone through, and the liberal judges and the conservative judges on our state Supreme Court were hearing this today. Once again, it's an example of what checks and balances actually are. So when people start talking about Trump finna just put on some boots and go to pimping and turn to Goldie overnight, like, go get all them bitches. It's not going to, it'll take some time for that to happen. And then you got how many people in this country? How many hundreds of millions? It's not going to be sweet.
With the addition of the new ones?
Well, with the ones they finna send back, right? He said they'll replace them.
Like I said, I don't know how that's gonna happen totally because, man, I want to say it's over 200 million motherfuckers that done came in.
Well,
So,
they talked about the
that's gonna
15,000 that have committed murders and the 13,000 who have committed sexual assault. And I don't know if there was any truth to those statistics, but let's definitely.
Yeah, they're a damn lie.
Well, whoever, if you in jail right now and you're an illegal immigrant, there's no question behind what should happen next. You should be on the first thing smoking. Let's start there. Before we start getting women and children and babies, let's actually remove the criminal element and say, okay, well, you sure can't stay. You came over here and fucked up, right? Like, you see, they had this big brawl in Chicago where the Venezuelans, I
the
think.
Venezuelans and the black people.
Yeah, they chased them tough ass niggas off. The gangsters.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. That's all about their story right there. I was like, where the fuck they gonna go? Because they coming over here to take your area. Another 100, which I'm up here in GB, and there's a lot of them motherfuckers, man. There's all kinds of shit. You got them, you got Nicaraguans, you got Venezuelans. I don't know what one of these motherfuckers is, but I'm gonna keep it 100. Chicago, right down the street, bro. I mean, if that's what's going on, it's just a matter of time for it.
Well, I tell you one thing about Milwaukee that I know from being here for a long time. Anybody get killed up here, no matter what race you is, no matter if you Crip, Blood, Vice Lord, GD, light skin, dark skin.
Same thing up in Chicago, kid.
Well,
but these motherfuckers coming in groups, in droves.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's a little bit harder. Well, Chicago is bigger, and I'm just saying over here it would be a lot of violence because our kids is crash outs. That they're not scared of the police. They're not scared of death. So when that comes here, I'll be like, whoa, shit, Trump, come do something about this. Because you the president now, right? Because it's gonna be death in the street.
You know, there are a lot of that shit that go down. Don't let them kill each other. We just gonna wait and sit back and see what happens and see how many motherfuckers we can eliminate, and then we go in and take action.
Jesse saying they counted. He said they counted.
I try to think like the white man because I want to stay ahead of them motherfuckers.
He said they counted the illegal Chinese immigrant vote in Michigan. He said drill, baby, drill. Mama Jenkins said, has any? Oh no, I already read that one. I'm sorry. Said Elon Musk, this is Mama Jean, said Elon Musk is going to be fucked up. Call Trump, want to drill, and his thing is electric. And there's also a movement to that. And see, there's a thing that when we move away from this oil and these fossil fuels, that's why I said the Arabs ain't exactly sweet because this magnesium that it takes to make these. See, this is one thing I tell you, I do RC cars. And you know what kind of batteries we run in high-powered, hobby-grade RC cars? Lithium polymer batteries, brushless motors, okay? As opposed to back in the days, it was all brush motors and nickel metal batteries. The lithium the lipo batteries are the wave of the future. This is what these Teslas and all this stuff is running on. So the new powers is going to be where you get that ore from. And I believe magnesium is key to it. That's now we talking about Africa. It shifts the whole thing from we need motor oil to we need to go back to mining this ore until we can figure out how to synthesize it. So it's a lot on the horizon. That's why I think we give Trump a lot of credit for some shit he might not be able to do.
I'm gonna be honest with you. They was talking about put the nitrogen cars just to get out of that battery powered shit. A lot of motherfuckers really don't want to do that. They try to say they can control your cars and they can shut off when you keep credit in there.
They can shut your car off now because you have, especially if you have navigation or GPS. My car got all kinds of locators on it. They know exactly where I'm at every day. Now you go get you a 72 Deuce or something. Besides the fact that the car is huge, they don't know where your ass is. If you got a newer car, I get on.
I hear that. They can locate you, but they'll be able to shut it off.
They can shut it off now. Going certain places. They can shut. Hey, Ace. They can shut the car off now. I guarantee you right now, there's a mechanism in my car because you control the central nervous system of the car. You control that computer. And you know how I know? Because I looked out the window one night and my car was updating on its own. It's like 2:00 in the morning. And my dashboard was lit up. I went outside. It said updating. The whole inside was lit up. So you telling me they couldn't start the goddamn car up or cut it off? They absolutely
Oh
can.
yeah, they be hacking cars.
I don't know about that yet.
Well,
They
I'm
be
telling you, I
hacking
seen
them,
it. I'm telling you, my car ain't nothing but a
Well, you can hack
2000.
anything.
My car ain't nothing but a
Hack anything, but
2019. This happened. I seen it. I'm like, damn. What the fuck? Like, they can turn the car on from where they? Of course they can. Of course they can.
Mhm.
Just like your cell phone is steadily listening. Say something around your cell phone and watch it pop up on your social
Hell
media.
yeah,
and
hell
newsfeed.
yeah, on your feed.
We do it all the
Hell
time.
yeah.
Me and my wife look at it all the time. Like we was just talking about this. Look, right? They know where you at. I'm there. Niggas always talking about they ain't gonna listen to me. They hear you right now. It's a microphone and a camera and every goddamn thing.
Yeah, that's true.
He said if FBA got to suffer, then everyone else should suffer too. They can hold their own nuts. We've been suffering. Like people like it's finna get hard. When it's always been hard, ain't it?
It's been hard.
Right? That's why I be like black people like, oh man.
Like I said, you know what? If anything, like I said, it's gonna make us either work together. It's gonna be it. It's just gonna be a free for all for the police.
That's what the first Trump presidency was supposed to do. That's what the first Trump presidency was supposed to do. We was saying that on the show when he got elected the first time. We're gonna have to figure out how to get together and do our thing. And that's what happened. And police were still killing us as usual. So what's gonna be new? Are you saying, well, wipe out the Department of Education, okay, and wipe out the DPI? Okay, so if you can tell me what you're going to replace that with, particularly in a place like Wisconsin, particularly with Milwaukee Public Schools, who don't even get their paperwork into DPI on time and lost $43 million in funding. That's another thing I wanted to ask Orlando. I don't know if he went to sleep on us. I want to know what he felt like. What do you think? What do you think that we should do about MPS? Because you work in, like you said, you work in Mood and Needle, and you work in what's the other one?
The Joseph Project.
Right. So what do you think needs to happen with MPS? Because they're totally discombobulated right now.
Yeah, man, that's rather a big thing to kind of square with. There's a lot of this stuff starts in the homes, and I don't put emphasis on MPS as as the miracle worker. I think that starts in the homes, but we're going to start with education. I think you definitely need to break MPS up to smaller pieces, so we have a little bit more tighter oversight. You got to get people out of the higher administration making all this money, bro, who ain't really putting in the work. It's too bloated, too fat, it's too big. I mean, if we ever had an example of bloated government that's too big, MPS would be the poster child. It's too big. There's no accountability down the line. And the teachers are definitely, let's say, overwhelmed. But I think also they have a whole lot if you continue to support school choice. Open up those buildings and get some more to offload some of these children that want to go a different route. Open up some of these buildings that the MPS is just holding for no reason. There's other people that can also take some of this burden off MPS, and that's a school choice movement and vouchers at homeschool. I'm a big supporter of be honest, Job Corps. Like, we have another Job Corps facility in the city. Like, there's ways we can offload some of this overstretched system in MPS. Let other people come in.
I thought it was funny that you actually were with getting rid of the Department of Education.
Right. I am with that. I do like that.
But so if there's no Department of Education, then how do we govern MPS then? If there's no DPI,
you still have the DPI.
Well, the DPI answers to the Department of Education, don't they, federally?
So we'll stay here. So the money will never become federal money. The money will stay here in the state. So it'll be all state money.
Okay.
The problem with that, though, sir, that money always gets squandered. Nobody knows what every penny on. The problem is we don't have enough audits to know what's going on with anything. And then at the end of the day, money runs out. Then what?
Well, you have enough money now, so you're going to stop sending it to the DC, keep the money in state, and hire you a bunch of auditors.
Do you really believe that if the federal government will say they finna cut that, y'all can just have that money with no oversight? Y'all just go ahead and take that. That's y'all's. Like, federal tax is real, Orlando. Like, I'm trying to. How can that even exist? Like, when the state would have to change so many laws in order to say no, we're keeping all our tax money allocated to education. It's not going to go to the federal government.
It starts by us as reducing the amount of money sent to the federal government as for education. We just don't send it. The money never leaves Wisconsin.
I
So it's
get
not
what you're
about,
saying, but there would have to be, you would have to change, because right now it all goes to federal and then it gets redistributed.
Well, we will stop. We will keep the money here. The states will have to, as you say, hire more people in their compliance compartments, audit compartments, because you now have the money to do all the things you need to do because it's our money in the first place. It's our money in the first place. It's not like we can't count money.
Well, if that's the case, then all the states should stop paying federal taxes, period, because it's all our money. Every state keep their money.
You won't get any argument from me from there at all.
Okay.
Only just fund the military, and everything else stays in the state. I'm with that too.
Okay.
All the money stay here to say that.
I noticed you didn't say that was part of Agenda 47. So that's Orlando.
Having smaller government that is closer to the people is the best government you can have. Okay. When you got to send your money to D.C. and then you have to argue and fight for the money to come back, you have bureaucrats in D.C. trying to tell you how to grow grass, how to grow whatever you want to grow from D.C. You don't even know Wisconsin. That's a problem. So government that is close to the people is always better to keep close the power to the people. Power to the people, close to the people.
Okay. And he said this is Jesse. He said gas was already $8 a gallon in California under the Biden-Harris administration. Everything is expensive in California, ain't it? California and New York is like the highest cost of living. Like my partner from South Central is telling me, like for a 2-bedroom regular home, it's like $500,000 in California right now.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. And in New York, motherfuckers paying $2,000 and $3,000 a month to rent a 1-bedroom apartment, and it's little as hell. Yeah, I don't know. Are we blaming Biden and Harris for the cost of living? And I don't know. I'm asking. Dre said if Trump can get all that done, the last 3 presidents got some explaining to do. Right. What was y'all doing?
I'm gonna keep it 100, Kev. I'm gonna be honest with you. The most expensive states to live in the country are all Democratic states. And half of them, I just came up from the Pacific Northwest and Arizona. That shit, and you wonder why. I mean, like a house here, my house there would probably be over $1 million. You know what I'm saying? My shit here is just $400,000. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
They tell me Arizona is the promised land, though. They said Arizona is the promised land. That's what all black people out there tell me. Like, Kev, you should come out here.
Well, Arizona. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. Arizona used to be, that's my field. It used to be a decent place you can go get your 2-bedroom house with a den and a pool for $185,000. Hell no. What happened was Cali all the fires happened in Cali, and basically they got that money and they fled to Arizona. They was paying $40, $50, sometime over $100,000 more in the house, and it drove the cost of the market up. So that's not affordable no more.
Okay.
Okay.
Rent is fucking $2,500, $1,800, $2,500, $3,500. Nobody can afford that shit.
So, Kev, Sister Jenkins asked this question again. I don't know if it's okay if I can address it.
Go ahead.
So she said, "What is the Joseph Project? No one's heard of it." Well, we're a program or initiative that started about 9 years ago with Pastor Jerome Smith, one of my best friends who passed about 3 years ago, U.S. Senator Ron Johnson, and myself. So we're a faith-based job initiative that's here in the city of Milwaukee, primarily helping men to get jobs in manufacturing. So that's kind of what it is. We teach a soft skills class. We get them ready to go, kind of like a mini camp, and you guys in front of employers who are looking to hire.
What's your placement percentage?
Our placement is pretty well, right? We're over 60% placement.
Okay.
Right now it's tough though because the market has gotten slower. Employers are holding off. They wanted to see what happened with the election. Say it's a changing rate, so a lot of things. And typically this time of year, manufacturers will slow down anyway. They will give out more overtime than to bring on new people. So it's kind of slow right now. But hey, we're just one part of the solution in Milwaukee.
Right. Okay. So, but how many young men do you actually work with?
So it depends from month to month. We averaging probably 7 guys a month. They come in.
You said 7.
We see more.
Y'all placing 60% of 7 dudes. So yeah, again, so 3.5. What are we talking about? 5 out of 7 dudes. Yeah. Okay.
So we're a small organization. We see probably about 15 people a month that come through, and we only select about 7 of those, 7 to 9 of those. Because everybody who comes through don't get selected.
How long do they stay in the program? How long do they stay in the
Excuse me?
program? That's 7. How long do they stay in the program? What's the duration
The
of it?
class is only a week. The class is only a week long, but they stay with us as long as they employed with us, or not even when they don't have employment. As long as they want to stay connected to us, they'll always be part of the Joseph Project.
Don't forget to tell people y'all be busting them up to Sheboygan.
We don't do that anymore, but that's part of the
okay.
location. We have
Yeah.
we have Sheboygan location now that does it themselves there.
Yeah, motherfuckers ain't got no car. How they getting way up to Sheboygan to go to work?
We would take them.
That's why the placement was so low. Yeah, I know y'all would take them, but that's insane though. That's just like the Mexicans when I be seeing a group of Mexicans leaving from the south side and they staff work van going to Sheboygan. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna take a nigga up there and he ain't got no car, no transportation? Of course, his placement gonna be low unless he reside up there.
So our placement level is pretty much probably what HR is on, 67%. So that we are mimicking internal HR. So it's not low at all. It's probably about standard right now.
Well, no, you said you had 6 or 7 people in, but your placement was 60%. So that would be 60% of that 7.
Classes.
Right. So if you got 7
rate,
guys in a class and you employ 60% of them, that's a little bit over 3.5 out of each class. 3 people get a job each class.
So no. If we get 7 in the class, probably about 6 of them will end up getting employed, bro. So we over 60% on average. And that's the average HR rate when people coming off the street. So we're mimicking what people are doing internally themselves. We're good. I would love to be
if one brother get a job, I'm for that. Take him off the street. So I wanted to shoot him for trying to steal my shit. Jesse says
we don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. You're right.
He said it will cost an estimated $80 billion. I think he's talking about to go and do this mass deportation. He said, look at how much the U.S. is spending on Ukraine and Israel. I'm sure it costs more than that. It absolutely does. That's the one thing I didn't like about Biden was he was signing some crazy economic assistance bills for Ukraine and Israel. Like the ones for the Ukraine, though, like we talked about him here on the show. Every time it was like hundreds of millions of dollars. So the money ain't what I was talking about. I was talking about the optics of how it looks to see these vans pulling up, throwing people in the back of them, taking them to heaven knows where, because now we starting to say, well, these countries ain't ready to receive these individuals no more. So now you got a camp somewhere set up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the CCA.
Right.
The CCA.
So now you
basically one up.
So now basically you
know what the CCA is, right?
Now
hey brothers.
Now you basically got an you basically got an internment camp. Go ahead.
Exactly.
Are we still connected to Kev? Because he's talking and we're talking. I don't know if we even connected together.
We can hear you loud and clear, man. I don't know what
No, it's Kevin here because he's talking right now because I'm watching him on the laptop. Can he hear us?
Well, you can't watch the show and listen to it at the same time because it's a delay. So you got.
I'm on the phone and I'm watching it on the show, so I'm making sure we still connected. Is he hearing us?
I can hear you.
Yeah, he hears you.
I can hear you, Orlando. Okay. I can hear you loud and clear.
Gotcha.
He said 11 million illegals have arrived under the Biden-Harris administration. Mama Jenkins said, that's what I'm talking about. Tell these people. Dre said they're about to be off electric cars too. They're going hydrogen now. That's what Ace was saying. Well, the ones that they selling now are electric. So I was just, he said, I'm in the damn chat room crazy. He said, I'm in a sanctuary city. These illegals have cost my city damn near $1 billion. I want them out. Let me go back. Okay. Mama Jenkins said these cars drive by themselves. My sister got a new Lexus. It parks by itself. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they can shut your shit down. Like, when we say Alexa, that motherfucker, he's listening. Even they say they ain't listening.
Yeah, if you got an Alexa.
My wife put Alexas everywhere. But you know why? Because we don't do shit illegal anyways. So
I can call you from your Alexa though.
I'm pretty sure
I can
my phone is not connected to it. And it's not under me at all. She set it up. We have like 4 of them here. And so but once again, ever since the Patriot Act, since 9/11, they've been listening in on your shit anyways. Y'all better go and look at what that was all about. That gave them and they said, well, we're gonna listen to the first 70 seconds. Bullshit. Stop it. Listen, go shopping. Don't say nothing on your phone. Go shopping at Target and swipe your card. And when you get home, look at your social media feed. It's going to be coupons from Target. They tracking everything you do anyways. So it's hard to be a criminal nowadays. See, when I was growing up, you could be a better criminal because it wasn't cameras everywhere. You know, you go somewhere, ain't nobody got their phone out taking pictures. If they did, we finna whoop their ass. Now everybody got a camera. There's cameras in the street lights and the stoplights.
Hell yeah, ring,
satellites in
doorbell cameras.
And if you've never looked at Google Map, if you put your own address in Google Map, it'll show you in front of your house right now. Like, oh shit, look,
Hell
look at
yeah.
my whip. So I don't know what you
Yup, on the real.
nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Stop it, man. Come on, man. Jay, you right, cuz he said solidarity. That's the key. I ain't even we can get into that. Mama Jenkins said, no worry, be happy. He said, you ain't seen the Google cars yet. Mama Jenkins said, you didn't read the text about the Joseph Project. A lot of people never heard of it. Let him explain. I didn't know it's still existing. I think that I was behind on that one because Orlando, he told us about the Joseph Project. Education starts in the home, not in the school building. Yeah, it don't start in the home if the people in the home can't read either. Right? You got to go to school to get some skills, man. Like school teaches you social skills. Y'all don't even realize we had lunch. The reason, you're going to feed the kids, but they taught you etiquette, sit down at the table, eat your food, clean up behind yourself. The food groups. What are we eating today? Even though it was a fake ass pyramid, we're eating grains and dairy. That's why we was drinking milk.
Yeah.
It's always in school. You need to go to school. We went to school. We met cats from other places at school, right? I went to Bell Middle School on the far south side with cats who I never knew because I didn't go on Burleigh, Buffum, Walnut, Cherry, Locust. I'm from Capitol. We had everything we needed right here. So when I went to Bell Middle School, I met the whole hood. Damn, you live on Walnut? Oh shit. But they like, oh, you live on Capitol. Fuck that shit. So you need school. He said, I don't know about MPS, but DPS has close to several schools, has had to close several schools, and now they're using them schools to house illegal immigrants. Well, MPS ain't putting no immigrants in their schools. MPS about to close and merge schools. We just seen that. And that's what when Orlando was talking about, let's break it down. It's one of the largest school districts in the country, actually. And it does need to be broken down. I say it needs to be broken down on the south side and north side, and then create a governing body that will kind of, negotiate whatever terms for both sides, because it's not working how it is. It's not working. It worked when we were young, but this was a different city. And it was set up differently. We had neighborhood schools because the neighborhoods was neighborhoods then. It wasn't a bunch of renters. It was people who had put their stake down and, raise their kids. You know who went to your school. He live up on so-and-so street, so-and-so street. These kids now be just all put in one building from all over the place. Ain't no reason for them to have no community. What's the main part of community?
Well, no, I mean, not only that, the curriculum is different, and they don't went away from the trades, man. I mean, they teaching all this other crazy shit. I mean, back in the day, we had civics class. We don't even got that much. People don't even know how bill becomes a law anymore.
Yeah, I'm just a bill sitting on Capitol Hill. We had that shit, right? Jesse said, yeah, California and New York are the most expensive states to live in, both blue states. Mama Jenkins said, I know about the Joseph Project. Talk about how much money y'all get for this project, and the inner city does not benefit from it. Orlando, Mama Jenkins is saying, how much bread y'all getting versus what y'all doing?
So Mama Jenkins clearly don't know enough about the Joseph Project. Because we don't get no money. We don't get no federal funding, no money at all. It's totally run by donations.
Okay. No grants,
so that makes
no nothing.
No grants, no nothing. Foundations who believe in what we do, private money. That's also what gives us the ability to preach about the gospel, because we don't receive government money. So if you knew it,
nonprofit.
It's a nonprofit. Correct.
But every time it's some say nonprofit, it's always some profit.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen.
We don't take government money because we wanted to keep our freedom of religion, because it's a faith-based organization.
So that means y'all don't get audited too, right? Y'all don't have to do no audit.
Well, again, we don't take any federal money. This is private money.
Right, but I mean,
private money.
But there's no public record of what, nobody keeps track of the donations and where it goes.
Oh, we have accounting. Yeah, we keep them strict. We got a board, everything. We got a lot of bookkeeping that we keep in because we definitely want to be in good standing with our donors.
Okay.
So we don't take money. And how the benefit is, I can look at the number of people that we actually serve, how many people are getting off the system, that money turns around to say that's less money that we're taking out of the tax pool, and actually now because they're working, we're now making them taxpayers. So the actual benefit, taking them off of government rolls, but helping them become government taxpayers. So it's a dual, it's a pro for us doing what we're doing. So we ain't taking money from nobody.
Except rich people.
What they donate, they feel led to give.
They're philanthropic.
And also, and also the guys they got to pay for their transportation. That's a small donation they give.
Well, you got to get paid. I mean, your time worth something. Why shouldn't you get paid? If you know,
I don't get paid.
Oh, okay.
I don't get paid.
I work in social services and nonprofit, but I got to get paid. You got to pay me.
So we have everybody for the most part on our team are all volunteers. Our drivers are paid. You already paid me through the federal government. So that's so we don't take a salary.
They pay you through the federal government. You mean by?
I'm working. My paycheck, part of my job. Remember you asked me what I do for Senator Johnson. I'm the point person for the Joseph Project in Milwaukee. That's part of my duties as a constituent service.
So you are getting paid
through my regular paycheck.
Yeah, I mean, you getting paid regardless if it's second or third. If I'm selling weed or crack, I'm still getting paid. I mean, come on, man. I don't sell weed. I just sell crack. Like, you still getting paid.
You don't take money for. I don't take money. From
I get that, but you get paid. Got you. You're not getting state. Right. Your organization doesn't get state money, but Ron Johnson gets federal money. So you right? Okay, I got you.
Well, he's paying the tax. So you got it. So that's kind of what we do.
Ewok said the white kids' schools already get all the money. This shit Trump finna do is going to be disastrous for black education. Black education is already disastrous. And actually, I part of my doctoral, my dissertation was about studying public education in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, actually, specifically. And so it was about the funding, and it's a slippery slope with the funding, because you say Milwaukee spends there's actually more money being spent on Milwaukee because it's bigger, but if you break it down to basically something like per capita, it's less than other places get. So there's more money spent in Milwaukee, but they got more students. Y'all know what I'm saying? It's you got to be able to, if you don't know the ins and outs of these numbers, sometimes you better off not talking about them, because you'll be done saying some shit that you're wrong. Like, it's like, oh, I thought that was so and so and so. No, you zig when you should have zagged. Mama Jenkins says she knows that, but there's a lot of big donors. He said Schoolhouse Rock. Yeah, I'm just a bill sitting on Capitol Hill. Mama Jenkins says she don't talk about shit she don't know, Orlando. So she know exactly what she's talking about.
I got it.
You know what I'm saying? So back up. Look, y'all see the one of the, I said Trump puts a battery in white people's back, and more important than anything else, because like I said, policy wise, no party, Republican or Democrat, has ever really been, useful for us. They're all useless. That's why we're known as the party poopers. But the behavior, the attitude that Trump gives white people, the energy that he gives them, especially racist white people, in particular old white people, who are the worst white people because they are the most racist, especially baby boomers. These are the yuppies from the 70s. These are the coldest white people. These are the white people who put Reagan in and sold a dream of trickle down economics. But it's the energy that they give off. So these racist texts that start going out about it's going to be taking your ass back to slavery and all of this. And they've traced this to, I guess there's a tech company called Text Now, in which you can like make your own phone number somehow. I'm not up on this, but I guess the numbers in which these texts come from were people who took advantage of that service. But like, if I got a text on my phone that said you about to be a slave in the morning, this kind of shit, I'd laugh at the shit. Because it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to do it. I'll see you in the morning. When I wake up in the morning, I'm going to be waiting on you. If that's especially if you're gonna text us all, you let me know before. You should have just did it, not said nothing. So I see we were.
Yeah, I don't get that either. That sounds like somebody was trying to stir the pot and fearmonger. It sounds like something that the lefties kind of do.
Well, that's the energy that you're gonna get since Trump is president, and this is what happened last time. This is how we got Karens pulling up on black kids at protests, jumping out the car, spitting in their faces, and white people. We're gonna make a citizen's arrest. And you can just listen, man. I've never like peacefully coexisted with prejudiced white people. I've always banged heads with them, but I cussed out more white people when Trump was president than I had before or after. I mean, you know, white people with little dogs and shit. So if you don't get out of here with that little ass mutt, I'll kick the shit out of you and that dog. All up and through Germantown. All up and through Germantown and Menominee Falls and all kinds of shit. My wife used to be like, dude, really, Kevin? I'm like, man, they better go leave me the fuck alone. And so this is what Trump brings. So I'm ready. I'm a little bit wiser now, though, and I'm a little bit more strategic, so I'm not gonna play into their hands. I'm just aware. I'm just aware of them. So I'm not as paranoid as some people.
It's gonna be okay, man. It's gonna be okay.
No, it ain't. And I want you to stop sitting up there gaslighting people. So you don't think Trump? Just say one thing. I want to hear the truth from you one time. Do you feel like Trump is racist white people? It's either yes or no. Ain't no in between. No, okay, it's over. It's over.
No. Idiots who are going to be idiots. They're under Joe Biden. They're emboldened on the Barack. They're emboldened on whoever they're idiots. That's the bottom line, bro. They're idiots.
You said no, and I said it's over. So everything you said after that really was one hand out the other.
Well, hold on.
I mean, you know, you can choose to open up when you want to, but that's how it is, brother. You're going to have idiots no matter what. Until you can deal with that, I hope you can deal with that. That's part of the element with a 10 strap. Let's buckle up. That's what happened.
This is funny because you said you believe there's still racism, right? But my cousin Jason had asked you, have you ever had a nigga moment? I don't know if you know what a nigga moment is.
Man, I don't. You know what? He clearly says I think differently. I must be less than a black man or less than a nigga, and using his vernacular. I'm not going to entertain such foolishness.
No, you got to understand. You got to understand what he's saying, though, Orlando. Do you know what a nigga moment is?
I know what every nigga moment is. I'm a nigga myself. I don't understand these type of questions.
Well, what's a nigga moment? What's a nigga moment?
Let's not do this, brother.
This ain't nothing. This ain't even nothing convoluted. I can't even believe you struggling with this. Orlando, so you've never been, you said you believe in racism, so you've never been confronted with anything racist. You've never had a white person do anything racist or say anything racist.
I've never said that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So you have had a nigga moment.
What I'm telling you, let's not do that, man. I'm an American black man that has to understand that there are evil people in the world who are racist.
Okay.
I've seen it all like anybody else.
Okay, I got you in that regard. Okay. You won't call it a nigga moment. You'll just say, hey, that was just an ignorant white person.
He had a nigga moment that tore his heart up. Because he should be telling the truth about that. And maybe it was a Trump supporter and they was yelling in your face and then, you know, you accepted it like he's an ignorant guy and, you know, he's in bold and Trump didn't do anything. Like, get your filthy ass out of here.
No. Honestly, Dion, when you're running for a position under the Republican Party and they put their weight behind a white dude over you, that's a nigga moment. If you're a black Republican, that's
what they did to David Clark.
That's a nigga.
I don't. As a believer, I understand that evil is always going to be rampant in this world. So I understand that. I understand when I see Satan. I understand when I see man full of himself. So to make the assumption like, well, he ain't never had no nigga moment, that's just kind of ridiculous on his face. I get it. I don't know why we think.
He asked you.
Brother. I don't know.
He asked you. He didn't say you hadn't. He asked you, and I said,
"Who says that? Who would say a question like that? Have you ever? What prompted you to say something like that?"
I don't know, cuz you tell him what prompted you to say that. Because I think because you sound like the way you sound like, even though you said you believe in racism, it kind of sounds like you, like Dion said on that on that David Clark shit, where he said racism stopped being apparent in the 50s. There's no such thing as racism in America. That's David Clark.
So again, as a believer, I understand there's evil in the world. As his brother, if the witch doctor could speak, he would say something like low vibration people.
he threw your name in it, Kamar. So you Kamar said, I'm not
I ain't going.
oh, you already
just
in it,
saying.
cuz. You already in it, cuz.
I'm just saying we have these individuals, but to make the assumption as if I don't understand what it means to be a black man in America. I understand what it is. I understand as a believer what it means to be in America. I will have these forces and these people who will try me no matter what. Even people who look like me, as they say, kinfolk and always, kinfolk and always kinfolk. So I understand that. But let's be clear, man. Just because I have a different idea or position than you, don't make me less.
What did you tell me one
time?
One time I called you. We were talking about like this whole political thing, and you said, I go where I'm loved and not tolerated. Do you remember that conversation? I don't go where they tolerate me at. I go
well, I'm celebrating, not tolerate.
There you go. I knew it was see, you think I don't be remembered? Come on, man. It's been years in the making, man.
Well, you probably thought that was slick shit. That's why you kept it in your mind.
No, I wasn't impressed. I didn't think he was pimping or nothing. I just thought it was just you popping your shit. I wasn't like, ooh, Orlando did that. I wasn't like bars.
Your man
So,
said that.
Orlando, what do you think about them not? What do you think about them not teaching the woke theory no more? You don't want your history being taught. The woke theory. You don't want your history being taught.
So I'm cool with Black History Month. It's part of American history, part of world history. We do it we got it in the school, but what we don't have to do is try to bring in the sexual questions about transgender and try to lump it in. So let's not do that.
Okay, look, I asked because I'm gonna tell you names. Ron DeSantis in Florida. What's her name?
I thought you was done with me.
Wait, what's her name? Huckabee, whatever her name is. She's the governor of Arkansas. Sarah Huckabee. They don't want diversity, equity, inclusion taught down there. It's teachers fearing for their job because they can't teach the facts about Black history because they don't want white people or white children feeling guilty. And I'm wondering, like, how you as a Black man look at that. Like, this is our history, and I'm gonna include myself with you. This is our history. We are descendants of slaves, regardless if it teaches divisiveness or whatever. It's part of history. It's part of history. And the only reason people feel divisive about it because they feel a guilt. They know what they did to us was wrong, and they continually doing it. So that's why, and I can't even say angry at you because as long as we don't talk about politics, we can talk about bitches or whatever, cars or whatever. But politics, I just don't want to talk about that with you because you got a different viewpoint than me. But just to know that I'm a Black man and these people, it's a war on my history. Teaching, did you see that down there for Ron DeSantis said that the slaves were taught useful skills? They don't even call them slaves.
We gave y'all jobs.
So whatever you think,
we gave y'all jobs. What are y'all talking about? We gave y'all jobs.
Part of it is, again, I think we just take history, the good, bad, and the ugly. I don't think you should indoctrinate people to say America is a fundamental racist country. I think that's wrong. And if we're going to be factual about
a country that was built on the back of slaves ain't a what? Okay, go ahead.
So when we say we're going to be factual about it, one of the reasons why you had the Union rise up because Blacks were killed. That's why they had the unions in the South to stop them building houses because the niggas built the houses. So the same thing with slaves and finding those useful skills. That's why you had the union that started up. So all that free manpower that actually knew how to make food, how to construct buildings, they had to create a union to keep Black skilled people out of work. So again,
they were slaves though. How was it? We couldn't join no union up here. We were slaves.
It started to keep skilled Black people from being able to get the contractor to build a house because we built the house in slavery.
I don't know.
Listen. Hold on. First of all, it's almost 10 o'clock, so I got to cash out. We're definitely gonna do part 2 of this because I got to get Orlando back, but not because he's gonna wave and represent for every Black person who supports Trump. Not at all. But like I said, in terms of being asked questions about what he loved about Trump, he was able to at least articulate it a little bit. Now, some of us, what he said was bullshit, but I mean, it is what it is. That's that. Listen, that's that man's truth. Who am I to try to tell him what his truth is? So let me catch I'm gonna give everybody a chance to close this out. Let me catch my chat room before I go. Jesse says, yeah, them racist white supremacists emboldened him with an office. So someone already tagged up white power on a trash can next to 7-Eleven by my house. He said, I have nigga moments all the time. Jason said, you big mad or little maid. Okay. Ewok says, Shoeshine boys don't like being asked questions about, they don't like being asked questions, layout, having nigga moments, because they actually have to think about what happened to them and what's still happening to them. They want to stay in denial.
A lot of slick talk going on out there. A lot of slick talk.
It's Outlaw Radio. What you expect? Orlando, this is a lot of slick talk. Like, what you thought, Orlando? Like,
motherfuckers will destroy you on here, bro. On the real.
Hold on. Let me finish the chat room. A says, can we start talking about some solutions under this new administration? We already know what the possibilities are. Can we start organizing in our community? We need to start teaching trades in our own, taking in our young and starting internships, plumbing, electrician, constructions, etc. Also employment. Yeah, well, it can't force feed something to somebody. You take a horse to water, but you can't make him think. Mama Jenkins said, I love Kamara's expression. Ace Cooley said, he said we need real community again. Jason Fidelity said, let's agree to disagree, but find a solution for us as a people, regardless of the situation. Look, that's what this is all about. This ain't meant to, right? Like, I know people want to see us really just bang out on each other all the time, and it's really not about that. It's really not about that, because, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, we all black men. We made a pledge, or at least I did a long time ago, and I said, I'm never putting another black man down. I'm never going to talk down on another black man, regardless of his political opinion, whether he's married to a white woman, a green woman, a purple woman, whatever. We both black. I have no reason to try and shit on you to further my cause. So that's number one, the good thing. And notice this conversation was had even with his disagreements, without us really disrespecting each other. That is the main thing that I want to show. We can sit here and have a conversation like gentlemen, like, you know, gentlemen and scholars, and do this in a sensible fashion, and not be savages. Now, Kamar, it is Monday. We'll be back Wednesday, but do you have anything special going on between Monday and Wednesday, or just House Vitality?
No, not nothing special. Not nothing special. I got a check though. I got a check for tomorrow night, but I got to get a confirmation, so I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, there you go. Orlando, when is your next show? Because I don't even know. I see you randomly. When is your next, or do you just do it by you just winging it, or you got some kind of structure to it?
No structure yet, man. We just did the 19-day marathon to the campaign, to the election. But I actually want to jump on tonight. I am going to get more of a structure to it a few nights a week and try to get it going. But yeah, man, I'm jumping on in a few minutes right now.
Okay. And listen, y'all go over there. If you don't like what I'm saying, there's an alternative to it. Once again, it's all black. So for me, it's all good. Like, yeah, I don't spend a lot of time on shit that I ain't invested heavily in, you know, but some people really enjoy this whole podcasting content creator thing. And so if you just love to hear different perspectives, go ahead and check it out. I want to say this. Now, Dion, you just on your grind, right? I want to make sure you and Ace, y'all ain't got nothing coming up, no special events or nothing. Either one of y'all.
Well, I want you guys to wish me luck, pray for me. Tomorrow night, I'm hitting the highway, headed down to LJ, Elijah, Ella, Georgia. I'm going down there. You know, I'm gonna be down there with the woods. I gotta go through Kentucky and everything. Pike County, Kentucky. I should give me a Orlando Orange shirt. I'm one of you people. They're like, nigga, you better go back to West Coast. But yeah, I'm gonna be gone. I'm gonna tap in though if the Wi-Fi good. I'm gonna be in the woods in the cabin, be in the gal stand down there. So I'm gonna be gone on Monday and shit. So yeah, I'll leave tomorrow night when I get off work. Go give me a couple hours sleep. Jump on the highway about 2:30 in the morning. Head on down to the Georgia.
Ace, you still with us? Okay, Ace ain't with us. Did he say yep? Or was that somebody echo? Right? Like, I don't know. Like, that's why I say turn down your device. Listen, I seen something very controversial today, and people were going in on Trick Daddy. Now, I'm not the biggest Trick Daddy fan in the world, right? And I've disagreed with some of the things he said over the years, but I recognize Trick Daddy as an entertainer. And so that's really what I look to him for. He is a rapper, you know, and whatever he does, he does. He's an icon for the South. He represents Miami. That's cool, whatever. But he came out and he said he doesn't identify as an African American. And he said that he's never been to Africa. He said his entire family, I should say, is from Florida, right? And so people were mad and they were saying, what are you talking about? And he said, look, I know we are somewhere down the line. We as Black people are from there, but I've never been there. I don't have any plans to go there, but I heard it's very beautiful. And people went in on it. But we've been saying, at least I've been saying this on this show for a very long time. When we talk about who's Black and who's not, I'm a foundational Black American. It was referenced several times on the show tonight about us being the descendants of slaves in this country. And if you understand the Middle Passage and you understand what happened to us as the population that was taken from the diaspora, if you understand that whole scenario, you know, they took a bunch of people and they fractured them. They put them somewhere. They made them. They were disjointed. They had no clue where they were. Their cultures, their norms, none of that mattered anymore. What they had to do is adjust to what at that time was the American way. Through that process, they built the foundation of this country. There's a unique identity for those of us who are foundational Black Americans from this country. There's a different perspective. Now you can look at your skin and see that there's melanin, so you know that there's somewhere, somehow, some way down the line, there's some African DNA within you if you're fortunate enough to still have this beautiful black brown skin. But you also understand that the gene pool is invaded a long time ago because massa ran all up and through the slave quarters. There's Black people mixed with any and anything, from Latino to what. Listen, why you think there's Black people in the Dominican? We're dominant. Our DNA is dominant. The Caribbean.
No. Black people are in the Dominican. Haiti is on the.
Hold on, Dion. Don't interrupt my monologue. Don't interrupt my monologue. All right. There's anywhere a Black man touched down, anywhere on this earth, there's dark-skinned people there. That's the point. And now, in America, there was a large population of Africans that were implanted into this country. They were exploited. They were enslaved. That group of people is very unique. I've stated many times on this show that the only true Americans are Black people. Because if I talk to the average white person and say, where your family from? My grandfather was from Germany. My grandmother was from Italy. Oh, we're from Ireland. My people from Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, West Virginia. I mean, not West Virginia, but Virginia. We're from where they brought the slaves in and we just kind of spread all over the place. So we are true Americans. That's what we are. So you can't get mad when somebody thinks outside the box and say, yeah, it's a cool title, but I don't identify as African American. I don't. I identify as a Black American. Black people only come from America. There's nowhere else you on the planet at. You go to England, where my family is from, Nigeria. You're Nigerian. Over here, we're Black. That's what we are, whether you like it or not. And if you agree, you agree. If you don't, I really don't give a shit. Go get your own show, and then you can say the kind of shit that I say, man. Because the one thing about it is you got to be a person that's really going to do something instead of talking all the goddamn time. Or your criticism of our community outweighs your contribution, and we will label you as a coon. I'll see you on Wednesday, man. We'll be back. Orlando, holla at your boy, man. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace.